Jason Ross on Sact.
So much happening. Great weather. Jason Ross weather. Actually, Carmichael Dave weather today. It's going to be overcast, but 72 degrees.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Verlaw. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
Good morning. And how are you? How was your day? What's going on? What's happening? What's new?
All of it is good. I'm good. I'm feeling good.
Feel good?
It's good, man. It's good.
So good.
So good. So good, my man.
Yeah, we got a big show planned for all of you. All of you. We have a great big show planned.
Oh, good for you.
Good for you. Focus on Chris. You know, Chris is doing the Masters updates courtesy of Naturewood, and I don't want to call him out here because I think he does a fine job.
So we're going to continue without saying anything.
But I wanted to give you maybe something to reach for. Okay, and when it comes to a Masters update, it's by a host in Memphis, also works with The Ringer. His name's Chris Vernon, and he's done this now for about 5 consecutive years, and I like the way he leads in. Mm-hmm. So true. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yep. Brought to you by Naturewood. Circle of Life. Yes. You getting the feel?
No.
No. All right. It's true names, by the way. Mm-hmm. We get it. Mothers and daughters, too. Yeah. Maybe do this part then.
Yeah.
It was such a Chris bit. You could 100% do this, Chris. He's updating.
That is unfortunate.
You could 100%
Don't like that.
I mean,
Is that the next one for Chris?
I don't mean to really raise the bar, but I feel like that we're raising the bar here.
Okay.
Chris Vernon.
Yeah.
A lot of
You know
Chris
what?
Vernon.
Why don't you show me how to do it? Why don't you show me how it's done?
So you want to teach him how to, Dougie?
Teach him how to. Dougie.
If I didn't think all that stuff was so lame, like maybe I might do something like
How
that.
is that not a bit you would do?
Huh?
How is that? The
Like all
glasses,
like
the chain.
the whole like masters and
Oh.
That part was too far.
I invite you. I know a lot of people on the radio. Well, first off, that's for a radio show.
Mhm.
So, but if you if you haven't seen Chris, I think this is year 5 he's done this now. And
apparently he's still on year 4. He's finishing up year 4 now.
year 4 of this.
Yeah, that's how long he's been going.
If you what he and part of the thing is he'll hide a rhyme in there that's I think a couple years ago it was Xander Schauffele. It was nothing rhymes with Schauffele, but then it turned out he was playing Offley, and yeah, I love it when, and he's got dancing frogs, and that's got to be the I wonder if our promotions team would do that. We need the outfits.
Oh, they've got him.
We had like a weird like person mascot. That's the only way I
We
could
did?
describe it. Yeah.
A person, Matt? Do we still have it? I think we need more mascots here.
I like that idea.
What would be the 1140 mascot?
That's what I'm trying to think. Okay, so first off, here's one, by the way. Oh my God. Actually, this is not the worst idea I've ever had. I don't think they'd say yes. I would be 100% for rebranding Royale and bringing him here. They're not using him. They're not using him. Maybe we can get a good deal on that. Have Royale be the official 1140 mascot. Maybe like a tower bridge. It's like a bridge with hands.
Oh, we need 2 people for it though.
What, the bridge?
Yeah.
like the donkey one or
Yeah,
whatever. Where
yeah.
you get yeah, but then who's drawing the short straw on that one to be the
But that
rear
would be
of the
like
bridge?
you don't have to lean down like you would for like a horse or a donkey.
That's true.
Because there'd be 2 different
Yeah,
people.
you just each be the thingies. What are those called? The bridge sticks. you know what I mean?
the towers?
Yeah, I guess.
I like the bridge.
The
sticks
bridge
better.
field goal poles. You'd have a tower bridge mascot. Maybe
So where's the bridge part coming from?
so it would be one person that's one of the
I know.
and then the other one, and then in the middle,
So if I was one,
Right.
and you were the other.
yes, you would be okay. So let's do it like a
But
clock.
I'd be facing you, wouldn't I?
No, you would be facing noon on the clock,
Okay.
and then I would be behind you
Oh,
with a respectful distance behind you, or you'd be behind me in this case. I don't know.
which
And
one's more problematic?
I-
Facing each other or one facing the other?
I think facing each other would just be weird. And then plus somebody has to walk backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that. And then there's like a bridge between us. Maybe a raft, a gold nugget. I'd say we could do the pyramid, but that's in West Sac. Could you have like a Golden One Center? Yeah, the Golden One
Oh,
Center.
beam.
Capital.
Oh, a beam. Yeah, that'd be great. I'm horse. Capital B. I'm an idiot. Set. Yeah, you'd have a Capital mascot, a tower. That would be great. You could do a Capital with little arms.
I think it should be pollen.
You should just have a mascot. It looks like that green thing on the Mucinex
Polly.
commercial. Polly the pollen.
On Sacktown Sports.
And then they're all dancing in the
Yeah,
background.
and sneezing.
Chris said, look, I could help conceive of that bit, but I'm telling you right now, I've watched every minute of every one of those since they started, and it would have to be the very end of the show because I would need to go lie down for a few hours because that's an instant headache. That dude's yelling the whole flipping time. But I thought of Chris. I think of Chris every time I see it because, again, that's like a second cousin to the champ bit in the sense that, he's just got this character, the shades, the chains, the jewelry, the whole thing.
There's only one champ.
Well, yeah, and we saw him at the last meeting.
Yes, very true.
He did.
At the big meeting. All right, well, we got a good show for you today. We got a lot of sports coming up this weekend. Kings back in action tonight against the Clippers, which Charles Barkley had high praise for them yesterday. Also, the final wrapping up the TNT show.
Well, yeah, regular season, they have the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were doing a lot of wrapping up, if you will, which I'm the best part of that's the retrospectives, the history, the greatest moments, if you will. They could do a whole hour.
Oh, for sure.
On
more than that.
Easily. So you got all that stuff. Baseball back in town. The biggest team to ever visit Sacramento in town this weekend. Maybe
so far.
It's kind of a New York theme for the Northern California teams.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that there hasn't been an American League team in town yet?
Yes, it is, and I don't like it. And we can talk about that later. I'm all for interleague. I like the way they started interleague, where there's like everyone plays interleague about a third of the way into the season, and then one more time. It's all over the place now. I just, you know what? I don't like it. Also, as we go to break, do you think when the San Francisco Giants head out to New York to face like the Yankees, for example, do you think they all go out to dinner?
What do you mean?
They all go out to dinner to, just because the Giants used to be out there and they were the New York Giants. And
wait, I'm not understanding. What's the question?
If the Giants go out to New York, maybe some Yankees and some Giants go out to kind of, talk about old times and how they used to be in New York. No,
That was 70 years ago.
We'll take a break. That's deep baseball right there when we come back. Leading it off next, but first, got to talk about my friends at Obla Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Woodland. Well, you know what? I take that back. I shouldn't. You know what? What a mistake by me. I don't gotta talk about them. I want to talk about them. I want to talk about them because really, whereas I think most people on other radio stations around the country would consider this a live read or an endorsement, I consider it what I like to call a favor to you. Because if you're in the market for a vehicle, well, guess what? Old Uncle Dave here is going to help you save some money and make sure you get taken care of correctly, which is what happens at Oblet right now. Ram Truck Month and Jeep Celebration Sales Event. It's going on right now. Now, first off, if you don't want a new car, that's not what you're in the market for. Hey, no problem. The brand new Hoblet certified pre-owned supercenter in historic downtown Woodland open now. Now, remember, the downtown dealership, that's now the used cars. All the new ones are at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center. Over 220 vehicles available with 50 under $20,000. You save up to $15,000 off MSRP on select new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Sports. It sounds like a work truck. The sport makes it sporty and fun. $17,000 off MSRP on the hard to find new 2024 Ram 2500 Bighorn Crew cabs, and save up to $20,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S. That's the electric version of that high-end super luxe Jeep Wagoneer everyone's talking about. Search, select, and save at HobletDodge.com with their no-hassle pricing. Always the #1 Ram truck dealer in California. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. Quick 10-second break. Leading off next.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SacktownSports.com. Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Inbounds pass. Going to go to Valanciunas. He's looking for somebody to hand it to. It's Levine. 8 seconds to go. Score tied at 97. 6 seconds to go. Levine creeping forward. Drives to the right. Hesitates. Off the bounce. Pull up for the win. Around and out. It's no good. We're going to overtime. A great look off the dribble from Zach LaVine with a hesitation move, and the shot rimmed out. 5 minutes of extra basketball right around the corner.
Yeah, we didn't like extra basketball. No.
Hearts ripped out at the end.
Yeah, not our friend. Not our friend at all, extra basketball. Well, hopefully there will be no extra basketball tonight. No need for extra basketball as, hey, Kings Clippers tonight.
Yeah, let's do it.
This time it's for real.
It really is this time.
And a lot of there's some positioning on the line. Not
A ton.
right, the Clippers are playing for everything
Yeah.
in the position game, and it's interesting because, and we'll go over this next. The Kings I highly doubt would be favored tonight. I'm sure Dallas is favored over Toronto as they host the Raptors. So you're setting up a situation where if things go to chalk tonight, the last game of the season this Sunday, in which everybody plays pretty much at the same time, that it's all going to come down to that for a lot of things, including where the Kings will be playing their round one of the play-in game.
Yep. Just a magic number of 1 to make it sure it's at home.
I know it would be incredibly hard to separate this, but take away your love for the team.
Mm-hmm.
As a human, is it more fun to have both on the road because you get to go to Dallas and then you get to go to Memphis or Minnesota, or is that just too much travel?
No, I don't mind the travel.
Yeah.
I don't know if more fun. I mean, I think it's fun to be in front of your home fans too. Actually might be perfect if they could get 1 at home,
Sure,
win that, and win 1 on the road. That'd be great.
like that'd be awesome, and then win
all of the rest.
Yeah,
and it's actually kind of easy.
Can I tell you this much? Isn't it weird to sit here and think that the Kings, if the Kings went on a 20-game winning streak right now, they'd win the title?
Yeah. I think that's too much to ask.
They're 20 wins away from a championship.
But what if they lost the last 2 and then won 18 in a row? That's not asking as much. I feel like you're putting too much on them with 20 in a row.
Yeah, you have a point. Honestly, you have a point. I would.
What if they won 20 out of the next 24?
It's got to be the right
20.
it's
got to be the right 20. I see what you're trying to do there because.
But if they play 24 games, then those are the right games.
But here's what would happen. They would lose the next.
They would be swept in the finals.
That's right. They lose the next 2. They sweep the first 3 rounds. No, they lose the next 2. They win the following 2. They're swept in the first 3 rounds, or they sweep in the first 3, and then they're swept in the finals.
It would still be impossible.
Unsuccessful season at that point.
I disagree. No, I feel like
winners.
If you don't,
there would actually be fans furious if that were to happen.
If they got all the way,
would have rather have lost in the play-in.
I'm not saying a majority, but there would be a small group.
If we actually, just for funsies, if we actually did something like that and got to the finals, however that happened and we got to the final, and then let's say we got swept and we lost every game by 40. I'm not a violent man, but I swear to God, if somebody in our fan base was upset about that, I'd probably want to go find them and just stick their head in a toilet bowl. But because you're right, there would be, and it would almost certainly be on Reddit, but there would be more than one person that'd be like, losers. And then you'd be like, bro, they made it to the if you're not first, you're last, bro, because they watched
this.
That would actually you're absolutely right. It would exist. Why am I getting fired up over this?
How many people would be upset, let's say if we don't go as far as that bit with that, if they somehow got there and shocked OKC, right? That's probably going to be one of the most difficult things they could do. And then lost in the second round.
Look, even if we were to extend the bit back to the finals and we lost game 7, of course, everyone's going to be super disappointed and sad, and it would be a heart wrencher. But in the end, you'd have to step back and be like, hey, to your point, though,
what if in game 7 it was the Chicago Bulls?
What, Kevin Huerter?
That group made it.
To play us? Or you're saying?
Yeah. No, it's them. They made it there. So then we're thinking, you probably knocked off OKC.
Yeah.
Denver and the Warriors. I don't know.
Sure.
And then the Bulls did this weird thing too. Any different?
Well, I think it's a little different because you're actually thinking, oh my God, are we favored to win a championship now? Because we might be. And then it would still be heart-wrenching and pain. But then when it's done, the whole thing is okay, let's mourn for a couple days, but what an amazing, successful season.
Maybe we're speaking this into existence. You should have your friend bet on this. Probably would win a lot of money.
Absolutely. Oh, for sure. Definitely. I got this guy on Twitter who's like yelling at me because I don't agree that they're going to get out of the first round. Like he's like legit, like, dude,
They're getting out of the first round?
Getting out of the first round. Like that's his thing. We're getting out of the first round. You got to speak it into existence.
Okay.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
Every single thing that every fan does
Sure.
at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
That's a great point. All right, cut number 2, please.
Cut number 2.
Hesitation down to the plate. The pitch to Lede Swan. A fly ball to deep right field. Going back is Hayward at the wall, and it is gone. J.J. Lede with a solo homer. And that is number 1 for J.J. Lede.
Hey, hopefully the first of many.
Yeah.
A's host the Mets tonight. Is Zach Wheeler pitching? I actually haven't looked. I'm sure he'll. I don't know why the Zach
Is
Wheeler.
he in your team?
No, he came up with the Giants and then made a trade. I kind of follow him from afar. It's one of those hate watches. Like I'm happy for him. Don't get me wrong, but like also he's top 5 pitcher in the game now.
Hard to watch that.
Sometimes you look at things. Yeah. Mets come to town to face the Athletics. And 8-4 Mets, and they sure have some they got some firepower, including a new member of the team, Juan Soto, who along with Pete Alonso and of course, almost former Giant Francisco Lindor and many others. That's a team that can mash.
Yes, very much so.
And it's not like Sutter Health has been a pitcher's ballpark so far.
Yeah. Last game, though, 2-1.
It was. Old friend Sean Manaea is now on the Mets as well. Old A's friend Sean Manaea. So we'll talk about this a bit later, but really interested to see what tonight's going to look like out there. Because if, there's been a lot of pictures of the park sold out or half full or, it's kind of been back and forth. If that place isn't packed tonight, there's a problem.
Yeah, I think so the games I've been to, my observation is right behind each dugout, there's just a pack of open seats.
That's so weird.
And I think those are visiting player seats and then the home player seats. You think, those will be full. They haven't been. So bless you. If you get some of those start to fill in, actually, I think it's looked great when it's been there. When you're sitting in it, now you're not in the TV angles or all these. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of people here. That's the feel it has.
I wonder if there's some way they can move those seats. I guess not, since everything's sold. But that's unfortunate because that shows up on TV
for
too.
Sure.
So it's kind of a false look.
It'll also be interesting to see. Sunday will be the first time, to my knowledge, for a home game that both the Kings and the A's play at the same time.
Which is super annoying because you have to Uber in between innings over to Golden One Center and watch as much as you can and then back.
That's my plan.
You can get a seat in section 122 for $53 right now.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Nice.
That's pretty good. I expect
a good night out.
I would expect there to be a with the exception of that dugout thing, if you're right, which I think you are, a standing room only situation.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing. Look, we even had the post. I think at the beginning there's been talks that these are the most expensive tickets. I mean, it's Chris is telling us all the time. I don't think they are anymore.
No, I think people.
Well, officially they are.
Are they?
Yeah, but I think, but isn't that what was paid for them?
Well, I'm saying no. If you still go on the A's website, they're selling for that.
Interesting
price.
I don't know why you do that, and not just get the old stub hubs because you're getting.
Well, I think one of the reasons would be if someone paid for season tickets at that price. And then the home team starts selling them for.
Well, we saw that. They had what was it, a 2 for $25 or something like that deal, and it's very difficult when you're the team itself because you want to, if you have the inventory, you want to provide a deal for fans, but you have to be respectful of your season ticket holders, who, in theory, should be getting a better deal if they bought in bulk. Just like anything, you bought early, you bought in bulk, you get the best deal. But it's turning out that honestly. I don't know. Being other than just knowing what seat you're going to sit in and who you're going to be around, which there's value to that, but I don't think it's anywhere near the deal to buy season tickets as opposed to just picking and choosing when you go. You don't have to worry about resale, and looks like a lot of these people are losing money on the resale. And then you can just pick and choose when you go, where you sit, which I would rather do anyways. I get being around people and creating those friendships, but also kind of nice to see different angles. Kind of nice to say, I was over here this time. I was over there.
I like it over there.
Yeah, kind of like it over there. All right, cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
But 6 feet through his own shadow, should move down toward the pond in front of the screen. He starts it left. It breaks right into the center. And that is workmanlike for Justin Rose. He has got a feel for Augusta National, at least on Thursday. He's up to 7 under now, and he leads by 3.
Yeah, he had a late bogey yesterday, but Justin Rose, 44 years old, out on the course yesterday, just smashing it. And none of us picked him in our league.
Nope.
I would happily not win. If Justin Rose winning the Masters would be an amazing story.
He's been close before.
He's been incredibly close before. He has always mostly done well at the Masters. This is, I think, the 4th time he's had the first round lead. I think I saw, shockingly, Scotty Scheffler is 1 of 3 at 4 under. Corey Connors and Ludwig Oberg, as well as Chris mentioned earlier. Terrell Hatton, Bryson DeChambeau tied at 3. One of the other stories of the day, Rory McIlroy, who has the drought, and there's a ton of pressure on him. He was 4 under. He was shooting well and doing great and was 4 under going into 15. And double on 15, double on 17, even par. Not terrible.
Right.
Just not as good as he could have been. It's interesting to see if he can recover. Justin Rose, by the way, just parred hole number 1. We'll take a break. More Masters updates throughout the day from Chris and others, brought to you by Naturewood. When we return, standings watch. We'll look at what happened yesterday in the NBA from a Kings point of view, and we'll take a look and let you know what the remainder of the very short regular season is and how it will affect Sacramento. We'll do that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. You're getting out the door to a comfortable kickoff to the day. Today, we're certainly going to see more clouds around. We'll call it partly cloudy with light winds. Highs will peak in the lower 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Ready for an early bird special? A new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as $11,789. This is a limited offer and ends April 15th. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
Bring the whole family to Sutter Health Park for Sacramento River Cats baseball. It's more than a game. It's an experience your kids will never forget. Enjoy exciting action on the field, delicious ballpark food, and fun activities for all ages. From meeting Dinger the mascot to running the bases every Sunday, there's something for everyone. Create lasting memories with your family this season. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. After Tommy John surgery in May 2024, Ken Waldachuk began a bullpen progression on March 4th. He continues to throw off the mound and remains in line for a potential return to the major leagues around June. Zach Geloff got his cast removed from his hand fracture and has started light workouts. A 4 to 6 week timeline is about the standard for such injuries, but Zach Geloff hopes to be back sooner. On the court, Devin Carter has been listed as day-to-day with a shoulder contusion and will be listed as questionable for the time being. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At SMUD, we power local business with incentives on clean energy equipment, tools to manage electricity usage and save money, tailored solutions from dedicated strategic account advisors, and 50% lower rates than neighboring utilities, all while doing more for the planet with clean energy solutions, savings, reliability, personalized service, clean energy, helping local businesses thrive. That's our clean power promise. Learn more at smud.org.
Get ready for a night of legendary rock and roll. Styx and Kevin Cronin live in concert Saturday, April 26th at the Nugget Event Center in Sparks, Nevada. Don't miss your chance to see the iconic sounds of Styx with Kevin Cronin on stage, bringing you all the hits. It's a night you won't forget. Tickets on sale now at nuggetcasinoresort.com, so grab yours before they're gone. Styx and Kevin Cronin live Saturday, April 26th. More info and tickets at nuggetcasinoresort.com.
Spring has sprung, and now is the best time to spruce up your home. Between spring cleaning and evaluating your home, it is the perfect time to reach out to the folks at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Jason Ross here, and I'm so glad we did. We reached out, and we're now about a month in to our brand new garage doors. Now, first off, we improved our curb appeal. They look great, and it's one of the first things people notice when they approach your home. A new, modern, stylish garage door can improve the overall appearance of your home, just like it did for us. Also, how about this for a nice benefit? The return of investment. A new garage door is high on the return of investment home improvement project list. It's one of the more cost-effective upgrades you can make to improve your home's value. Hey, see for yourself. Check out their products. Go to the showroom at 6756 Franklin Boulevard and ask about the Sacktown Sports Special. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
What? Oh, okay. Chris looked like he was cocked and loaded and ready to say something.
Excuse me?
Yeah, hi. Welcome back. I wonder if this is the only song in history that actually has a light-toned singer breathlessly singing "Shut Your Mouth." It's a great lyric. And I'm sure it's not the first time Morrissey's ever said that. Welcome back. Dave, Jason, Chris. Friday Fun and Games coming up a little bit later. Also, what a treat. We're going to be visited today by a doctor.
The good doctor.
You know what would actually be a great bit? So Dr. Luke Wood's going to join us, the president of Sacramento State University, to talk about all these things going on right now and so much more. But it would be actually kind of a good bit. Would just to be like, Doc,
this tingle.
I have this thing going on in my arm.
Yeah.
Could you? Oh, Dr. Feelgood. Well done. I don't know how I feel about that, by the way. Like,
that song?
No, I'm split on the following. Like, my cousin Gabrielle went to school for like 87 years. Super nerd, works for NASA, literally a rocket engineer, rocket scientist. She's a doctor.
Okay.
And so she'll mess I totally. And so I'll mess with her all the time and be like, hey, doc. And I do that bit like, well, tell me what's wrong with my ankle. Not that kind of doctor, stupid. And we grew up together. She was basically my best friend growing up, family-wise at least. And we've had this argument. I feel like part of me feels like doctors should only be medical people. But then I totally get it why they're not. And then the other part of me, again, it's the angel and the devil. I just don't know which side is which. The other part is like, no, they're a doctor of XYZ. It's you're making doctor seem like something.
Yeah.
It is for one thing, but really it's you get a doctorate. You are a doctor of this or a doctor of that. But then the other part, but then it's like, well, can we just use common sense though?
Well, Dr. Alan Stiles, he's the hit doctor.
Yeah, exactly. If somebody says I'm going to the doctor, you know what? They're not going to somebody who has a PhD in literature. They're going to the medical place. So on one hand, I'm thinking there should be a different word for somebody who has a doctorate but isn't a medical doctor.
Well, do we know that he's not a medical doctor?
We don't. And if he is, maybe that was his minor.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, and then I don't know how, and then there are people that will insist, and by the way, my cousin's one of them in the professional setting. I kill her for this. She insists on being called, doctor. And I'm like, come on, man. You know people are rolling their eyes at you. Like, hey, I went to school for 15 years and I earned it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think doctors, except for Luke Wood, he can be because he's a doctor of this and he's a doctor of trying to get Sac State football on the net. You can call him Your Honor, Your Highness, Doctor.
Who's your favorite doctor?
K. Dr. K. Dwight Gooden. It's a great doctor. I know I'm forgetting one, aren't I?
Mine's J or Pepper.
I think I would have to go with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
Chris, you know what that was? Can I just tell everybody what that was? That was a total setup.
Just me personally.
You knew what the answer was, and you knew there's a great chance we weren't going to get it. So we all say our Dr. J, Dr. Field, whatever, and then here comes Chris on the righteous copter. Hey guys, you know who it really is? Mount Dr. Moore. Okay, King.
Pepper.
Just Pepper.
J.
I have an interesting one for you. Would What's Up be on there?
What's up, doctor?
No, just, well, okay, so there you go. So that's a doc. Doctor, I think you got it. King, Pepper, J, and is it Feel Good? Give me some news. I got a bad case of loving you.
Could be.
Okay. I think that's it. Check the chat line real quick. And Dr. Duncanstein. Rivers, no. By the way, that's a doc. It's not Dr. Rivers. It's Doc Rivers. It's Glenn.
Glenn Rivers.
Standings watch. Why are we on the air? I know why you're on the air.
I'm not sure why.
I don't. The Sting doctor. Are you serious? We have to break. This is supposed to be standings watch, and you spent the whole time on doctor stuff, Chris. Jeez. All right. Well, look, not doing that. I'm just going to take. Hey, did I not fill out 7:00?
Sure looks like it. There you go. Now you know.
Wow.
Just push everything down.
Standings watch coming up at 7:00. I did fill out 7:00. I know exactly what I put at 7:00.
Oh, so you're saying this was doctor?
No, I think I must have somehow highlighted it because I always do it on my phone. I must have. That's so weird. I know exactly. I know exactly what I put at 7:00.
What'd you put?
What I put, Kings Clippers revisit, and then was going to do highlights of the greatest game ever. A couple highlights there 2 years ago, and then just kind of go into what Barkley said, because we're doing it 3 for as well. About I had a whole thing.
Wow, that's a good segment.
No, I know. I don't know how it got erased. All right, well, now it's Standings Watch at 7 a.m. Screw it. Safer out coming up after this.
Sports 1140 newsletter. Right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, UC Davis, and Sac State with the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit sacktownsports.com to join.
What if your business could see beyond what is and into what can be? What if you could create more impact in every decision? What if you had a partner as visionary as you are? With Bank of America, you get access to our trusted experts, real-time insights, and digital tools. So whether you run a local shop or a global enterprise, you're backed by business solutions to make every move matter. What would you like the power to do? Find out how at bankofamerica.com/banking for business. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-990-1551. That's 800-990-1551.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. Sunny skies today with a high near 60. Tonight will be partially cloudy with a low around 41, and tomorrow the sun will come back over Tahoe with a high near 51. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, I'm Frank Hoff with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Stocks have been volatile and stealing the headlines with significant drops and increases in value. Are bonds a safe haven for investors to wait out the storm? Usually they can be, but are they being pulled in too many different directions to have a more normal reaction to stock market sell-offs? Current bonds are being driven by recession fears and the potential of increased inflation due to tariffs. The S&P 500 is close to bear market levels, but due to lower profit forecasts, current earnings yields are only 5.5%. Current 10-year Treasury yields are 4.3%, risk-free, so equities are less attractive still compared to Treasuries. With the Federal Reserve holding rates steady, they are in a bind. Consumers and businesses could slash spending due to tariffs, which usually helps drop prices. But if import prices increase, that could mitigate the lower demand, keeping inflation sticky. Another reason Treasury yields have remained elevated could be the concern about U.S. government's ability to refinance its nearly $37 trillion in debt. If the world economy no longer looks at U.S. currency and bond issues as sure things, that could have a long-term effect on the global economy for years. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9861. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9861. That's 800-575-9861. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
as always, there's always omissions from Mount Dr. Moore.
Yeah.
Any Mount whatever more we do.
Right.
Dre. And at least an honorable mention, I think, for Quinn Medicine Woman.
I would say Dr. Jonas Salk.
No.
No?
No. What did he do? Cure polio? Whatever. Maybe I wanted polio. Maybe I did. Just saying, never know.
My grandma had polio.
Really?
It was not fun.
No. Yeah. 1 out of 10 would not try again. Safer out. Question. It's Friday. Question 1. We're going to get fired.
The A's host the Mets tonight.
Yeah.
Will they go to bat in the first already losing?
I'm going to say no. Let's keep it going, dude. Let's keep it going. I would maybe just a 1-0. How about a Brandon Nimmo solo shot? Maybe a Peter Alonso. Not tonight. But they will break the streak this weekend. I do predict that. That's my 3 up and 3 down prediction that we don't do. Jason?
Yes. I think they'd be good. They did it the other day. It didn't happen to them. They can keep it going against this team. The Mets are scary, though. Yeah, I'm going to say it's not happening either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We're on the same page.
Yes.
Question 2, please.
It's Friday night. Great weather, and a huge team is in town. You expect a full stadium.
MC's trying to make Dr. Slice work, and I don't mind. Remember Dr. Slice? That's like the Walmart version of
I remember Slice.
Yeah, you know what? Is it Dr. Slice?
No.
You're right.
Just Slice.
Slice is like
the name
orange
brand.
juice.
But he's
Or
right.
like an orange soda.
It's something else. Isn't that the Walmart brand for? It's Dr. Dr. Thunder, I think is what it's called, which is the generic Dr. Pepper. I think I'm right about this because you're right. Slice was the Sprite knockoff before. What is it now? Starry.
Yeah,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
was Sierra Mist.
Yes. Sierra Mist. Yeah, what are we doing? By the way, best lemon lime drink is not even a lemon lime drink. It's a grapefruit lime drink. I'll take Squirt over any of them. Squirt's good.
Is it?
I think Squirt's good. You're not a Squirt guy? I'm asking.
I know
honestly.
you're not you don't partake, but you ever have a Paloma?
Isn't that gin and Squirt or something?
Tequila
and Squirt.
Yeah.
I don't, but
tahini,
I'm sure
lime juice.
I'm sure I've sipped one. I don't drink, you know that. But if you said, Dave, kids will die if you don't drink today. I think honestly, I'm a big fan of the Michelada. I really am. But it's got to be doctored up like those big old Bloody Marys. give me the red stuff on the rim.
Yeah.
And the limes and maybe a shrimp or 4.
And then you're good.
I feel like I'm getting my veggies while I'm drinking, so it's okay.
You want to chew your drink.
I do want to chew my drink. Great weather, Friday night. Mets in town. Yeah, I do. If there's not a full stadium tonight, and again, I love what you said about the dugout thing. I think we can actually dig and find that out because I would bet money you're right. So you can't. That's not anyone's fault. Every other seat pretty much should be full. This is a perfect night. For baseball. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
And actually, now that I think about it, not that it should be the difference, but yeah, every game so far has been a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday that's been at home. They haven't had a weekend series.
Yeah, there
yet.
you go. That's right.
So, I mean, it's a Friday night. Now, they do have a challenge tonight with the Kings being in action as well.
Oh, God, I didn't think of that. You're so right.
And then Sunday, the Kings in action as well.
Maybe throw the Kings game up on the that's interesting.
So I wouldn't be surprised if there's late arriving crowds to each one. Same start time.
I wonder which one that would affect more. If you had ticket, let me ask you this. You don't work for the Kings. You got a ticket to tonight's game against the Clippers. You got a ticket to the Mets and A's.
Generally, I would go for the team that there's more on the line, which is weird to argue because I think, the Kings are already set. It's just, are they going to host next week or not? I don't know. I always like being outside. I would prefer to be outside.
Sure.
So I guess that, but it's probably more meaningful this late in the season for the Kings.
Okay, what if they open up the door
at
the arena?
Side question. If the Kings clinch the 9 seed tonight, champagne locker room? No? We don't do that anymore.
On the post-game broadcast, for sure.
For sure. You and G-Man just squirting each other with Brute.
Yeah.
Or Corbell.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Second time that squirt has been brought up in completely different connotations. And
Can we go for 3?
No, let's not. Well, unless you're talking about question number 3, and here we are.
A's president, Mark Badane, says the stadium will break ground in Vegas in June. Do you buy it?
I do. Actually, I do. I think it's, look, never say never, but that's kind of where we're at right now. I would say the Kings have a better chance of upsetting Oklahoma City at this point than there not being a stadium built in Vegas. That's how strongly I feel about that. And I'll tell you why. First off, Mark Badane took over for Dave Cavill, and that wasn't an accident. Mark Badane is the guy that was instrumental behind the scenes in Allegiant Stadium and getting that all done for Mark Davis. He's a former Raiders president. They approved the land use permits or whatever last week. They have the unions on their side. It looks like they've secured most or all of the funding. It's way too far down the line. There's a lot of people that have put their political capital behind it now. I understand that John Fisher is a ding dong and is in most cases, if not all, completely incompetent at things, but they even sold there's a Vegas patch now going on, or maybe it already has, to the Las Vegas Visitors Bureau. They've sold that deal for 3 years. It's going to happen. It's again, never say never, but it's on the line of never say the Kings couldn't upset the Thunder type.
Sure.
Of thing, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, Vegas doesn't seem to have trouble building buildings.
No,
it's just, I guess where the loophole, I guess what I would have is there a way it's not the A's?
Sure.
I don't know what that road is.
Be weird.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones building it.
Something.
Yeah. But then they're giving up their new ballpark. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's the only other little loophole I could possibly see, but I don't know how that happens.
Well, here's the thing. Vegas has everything tied up, and it's been for a while, but we still don't know the money that Fisher is giving.
His part of the 1.75.
Yeah. And then Bally's, his partner, is huge underwater. If it were to happen, it definitely wouldn't be. If it wouldn't happen, it wouldn't be Vegas's fault.
No, for sure. If this thing were to fall apart, it'd be 100% John Fisher. And I know everyone's thinking, nodding their head, going, "Duh, of course." And that's what I'm saying. It's not a done deal, but fat lady warmed up and is la-la-laing at this point.
Really?
Oh, Fresca. I like Fresca.
That's a Fresca.
Yeah, I actually enjoy Fresca. A little tang at the end. Speaking of, no more tang.
It's gone?
Yeah, it's been gone for a while. Tang, Tab. I think we've had this conversation. I'm getting deja vu. I feel like we talked about this. I don't know if it's, of course, Chris will probably find you can get a case for $10 on Amazon.
Now this sounds really familiar because I think I remember doing that.
I think you did. I don't think you get Tab, though, unless it's like collector's Tab. God, my mom used to drink the hell
Probably
out of
wouldn't be good.
No. We'll take a break. When we come back, standings watch for real this time. We'll lay everything out for you. What happened last night? What's coming up? And a lot of different things, including we have a Korean call of the walk off the other night for our Giants guy who is getting a ton of attention both here and back home. The what is it? The Hooligans, I think is what they call them. Yeah, the Hooligans. We'll get to all that as we take a look at the standings next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by looking at their phones while driving. There's the sneak-a-peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their texts, or the nightlighter who illuminates their car after dark. If that's you, reconsider before you find yourself becoming the fender bender-er, the got a ticket-er, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Ready for an early bird special? A new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as $11,789. This is a limited offer and ends April 15th. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, there's nothing more exciting for a team than to see the potential of a number one pick come to fruition. Now, we know it's early, it's just after 11 games, but Tyler Soderstrom from Turlock High was number 3 in the American League in batting at .381 and tied for first in homers with 6, and Jacob Wilson, number 4 in batting at .366. Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
If you've got a gas-powered engine, keep it running like new at every fill-up. Stable in-season protection is your engine's preventative medicine, cleaning and protecting the entire fuel system in season. In outdoor power equipment, prevent gum and varnish buildup that could cause a rough or non-running engine. For cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency and power by removing deposits, ensuring your engine's long-term health. Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing. So at every fill-up, start with Stable.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Your old HVAC system could be costing you a fortune in energy bills and repair bills. Right now, Sierra Pacific is offering deep discounts, saving homeowners thousands of dollars. Savings that won't be available later this year, but you must act fast. We have to fill openings in our schedule next week. This limited time offer is only available if you book your installation for next week. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Sierra Pacific and lock in your savings today.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air, the guys in the big red trucks.
Looking for fun for the whole family? Sacramento Rivercats baseball has it all at Sutter Health Park. Enjoy exciting baseball, kids activities, tasty ballpark treats, and more. Family memories start here. Get your Rivercats baseball tickets at rivercats.com.
At Big O Tires, now through April 27th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Bridgestone, Firestone, Pirelli, or Hankook brand tires with installation purchase. Disposal fees extra, not good with other offers. See your locally owned Big O Tire store for pricing.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140.
I'm Chris Verlade with your Masters update. Justin Rose is currently 1 under par today. He leads at 8 under par. He is followed by Ludwig Aberg, who is at 4 under par, and Corey Connors at 4 under par. Also, Scotty Scheffler, 4 under par. And then tied for 5th is Bryson DeChambeau and Tyrell Hatton at 3 under par. Coverage of the Masters is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Carmichael Dave Show.
That's what's going on at Augusta. He's on the microphone, he's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Yes, it did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
From the 916, shout out Squirt. Yeah.
Okay, just shout out.
Just a shout out. Squirt.
It is a solid drink.
It is a solid drink.
You know, though, like with some drinks, they're okay warm. I think Squirt warm is is gross.
Well, what would be the best soft drink warm or room temperature? And that has bubbles still.
Like Sprite is fine.
Ginger ale,
fine.
Yeah, colas aren't. Well, root beer.
Root beer.
Yeah, root beer I think is okay. Yeah, because honestly, A&W is if you get it out of if you can find a place that has the old A&W bear on tap, I think that's actually served room temperature. As a matter of fact, it's like beers in Germany, they say, or England, or someplace over there. I don't know. Welcome back.
Not my experience in England.
No? Why'd you say it like that?
Because I've been to England.
Not my experience in England. Well, my experience in the Western Conference, Chris. Not going to be taken off track here. We're knocking out the standings watch. The Grizzlies lost at home. A lot of weird, just not that Minnesota beating them is a huge upset.
Right.
Just golly, you had the Warriors lose at home to the Spurs. It's obviously a totally different animal. Now you had the Grizz, who were supposed to get this new coach bump.
Well, they had, I guess. They'd won 3 in a row yesterday.
Then last night. So Grizzlies lose to the Timberwolves, and here we are. We're now in a 3-way tie for the 6, 7, 8 between the Warriors, Grizz, and Timberwolves, all at 47 and 33, and then the Nuggets and Clippers at 48 and 32. The Lakers and in the 3 spot at 49 and 31. So how does that affect Sacramento? If the season were to end today, they would host the Mavericks next Wednesday, and then the following Friday, a week from today, they would take on the winner of the Grizzlies and Minnesota in, well, whichever one won.
Whichever one lost.
Lost. Sorry. I always get that wrong.
Yeah.
You're 100% right, because the winner is the automatic 7.
And here's where it's so bizarre. So basically the 5 teams you're talking about, Denver, the Clippers, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Timberwolves, not only are they playing to get out of the 7-8, right? Mm-hmm. The bottom 2 will be in the 7-8. Someone's going to be in the 6-5, which I know they don't play each other, but then they're desperately playing for the 4.
Right.
To host one of those other teams. So, I mean, those 5 are all in the mix. A lot of them are going to end up, or 2 of them are going to face each other for sure in the 4-5. There's just a lot on the line here.
Also, I think, let's be honest, there's I think almost and arguably more important than home court advantage, probably not, but close, is, I don't know if they think this way, but let's be honest, it's Oklahoma City and everyone else.
Right.
So you might also be thinking, well, maybe we fall down a seed, but if that gets us out of a second round matchup, for example, with the Thunder,
right,
let somebody else beat them up for a while.
And yeah, I wouldn't be entirely, I don't think any team is going to tell you exactly who they want to play,
Sure.
but I think if you say the Thunder are definitely one, and we know the Rockets are two, that's certain. Lakers are probably going to be three, but we don't know for sure. But if I'm like in that range, I want Houston.
Absolutely.
So then you kind of want to be the 7. That means you're in the play-in of the 7-8, but you're playing with fire. It's a really weird setup.
Which do you think is, if you were, let's say you were the Kings and you had a choice given to you, you could, it doesn't matter who you're hosting. It's anyone but the Thunder. You had a choice. You could have home court advantage in your first round series, or you could move out of the bracket you're in right now away from the Thunder if you won the second round. Which would be more important to you?
That
the getting away from the Thunder. I agree with you.
And that's why 7 is great. If you could be the 7 seed, you get Houston. Doesn't mean you'll beat them, but if you're those teams that are the 5 battling for spots, and then your second round, you're not in the Thunder. That's the 4-5 winner plays the 1.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that if we're the Kings.
Somehow get to 7?
Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See if we can ride in for it.
Trade a pick?
Yeah.
Trade a pick for that?
Would you do it? Well, they're kind of doing it. If they're finishing in the top, giving their pick away.
Yeah, they kind of are, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, there's no get. Watch Houston makes it to the Western Conference Finals. We're crapping all over them, but let's just be honest. Shockingly, as a Kings fan, I'd much rather face the team we were 3-0 against than the team we were 0-4 against. That is the best team by record in the NBA.
Correct.
I don't think that's disrespectful of the Rockets.
Right.
I think that's just facts, Jack. All right, so Minnesota beat Memphis. You got a 3-0 because I was going to say Denver. The Clips and Denver, as we said, are one ahead. And now tonight you have the Mavericks hosting Toronto. You have the Kings hosting the Nuggets. Let's have some fun here as we try to do each and every time. And please gamble responsibly. Want to enter Gambler. This is more just to see if we're in line with Vegas. Jason, lead us off, if you will. Let's start with the Mavericks and Raptors. The Raptors 30-50. They are 12-27 on the road. They take on the 38-42 Mavs. Who is favored and by how much?
Mavs by 7.5.
Chris Verlon.
Mavs by 4.5.
Mavs by 4.5.
Too high.
Well, you think you went too high?
You
are correct.
I did.
But it's opposite day. So you're actually incorrect about going too high.
Oh.
Toronto by 7.5?
The Dallas Mavericks are favored by 12.5 points tonight.
Oh, no, they're not.
I'm telling you, they're favored by 12.5. I know. Hey, I know.
What is it? Like the last few days, there's been some crazy lines.
So weird. That's what I'm saying. That's what's fun about this game because it is so flipping weird. Kings hosting the Clippers. Because we've been very close all year.
Yeah.
Really, usually
Sometimes we're on.
either
right
dead on or within one. Kings hosting the Clippers tonight. Golden One Center.
Okay. My instincts are to say Clippers around 4 or 5. The way they've been, I'm going to go Clippers by 8.5.
8.5.
I'm just going higher than
Clippers 3.5.
Clippers 3.5. If we're playing Price is Right rules, Jason, you lose, but we are not. You barely win. The Clippers by 6.5 points. Let me
that makes a little more sense.
It does. Okay, how about I'm just going to pick one for fun here. Rockets facing the Lakers in LA. Chris, why don't you lead us?
Lakers by 2.5.
Rockets by 4.5.
Rockets by 4.5. Lakers by 2.5. This is going to be fun. The Lakers are favored.
Get out of here.
By 10.5.
No, they're not.
By 10.5. Now, I think if we talk this out, it makes a little more.
Yeah,
because the Rockets are playing for nothing.
Yeah.
They must know that they're sitting or just not worrying about it. Let me see if I can find one more here that makes any
Is
sort
there
of
a crazy
I would say it's crazy. Just how about the Timberwolves hosting the Brooklyn Nets? Chris, go ahead. 2 in a row.
Timberwolves by 7.5.
Timberwolves by 14.5.
Jesus, really? You're low. The Timberwolves by 19.5.
What is happening?
All right. How about Bulls hosting the Wizards? Bulls Wizards. Everyone play at home, please.
I'm going to go back to Bulls by 14.5.
Bulls by 14.5.
Bulls by 18.5.
You guys split the difference. Bulls by 16.5. And finally, no, not finally. I got two more for you because this is a good one. The Knicks hosting the Cavaliers. That's a good one.
The Knicks by 10.5.
Over the Cavs?
Yep, because the Cavs were one. I don't know. Maybe something's going on.
All right.
Knicks by 3.5.
Knicks by 3.5. Knicks by 10.5. Knicks by 7.5. You were down the right pipeline there. Finally, the Celtics hosting the Hornets.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, the Celtics just scored 76 points and sat Horford, Brown, Tatum, White, Holiday, Porzingis. So on its own, I would say like Boston by 22.5.
Sure.
But Boston by 17.5.
Celtics by 21.5.
You guys actually really, other than getting it dead on, which you didn't, I think you talked your way through it, made sense, and I think you both deserve a point here. You split the difference. Celtics by 19.5. Celtics by 19.5. And I don't know what the chat is saying, but did I say Denver instead of the Clippers? If I did, okay, I apologize. We're playing the Clippers tonight. Anyways, it is it's like betting on preseason football. I don't want any flipping part of it. Although I am happy to report for my friend, and we got a break here. Don't do this at home, but I am pleased for him. He was in quite the deficit this year in the NBA. I've mentioned this before, mainly because of the Sacramento Kings. I am pleased to report that he did that in which you should not do. He took the exact amount of his deficit and he threw it on that Thunder favored by 7.5 in Phoenix game.
Oh, wow.
He's okay now. He is broken even.
Nice.
He is broken even, and well, he's a little under because of the juice, but you know,
good for him.
Yeah, maybe $20, whatever. Good for him. Congratulations, friend. We'll take a break when we come back. Quick break here. 3 for Madness. Charles Barkley said, "What about the Clippers?" Speaking of, does it all come down to Sunday? And there's comeback player of the year. Who's your comeback team of the year? We'll figure that out next.
Tonight, Kings and Clippers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Yeah, we can do that from the 209. I understand what comeback team of the year would be, but who would be the fall from grace team, if you will? Come up with a sponsor and a name for that one. Three for Madness, Chris Verlaud with, by the way, Masters update coming up. Also, my issue with we talked about all the great things about the Masters. I have one major issue, and I have it every year.
Really? Okay.
Very big issue with the Masters.
Just the one?
I'm not fine. I'm you're so banana in the tailpipe today, and I'm not falling for it. Dr. Luke Wood, president of Sacramento State University, will join us at 9A. Chris Verlaud in the Virtue Wagon with Three for Madness. Question 1.
Charles Barkley said the Clippers could be the second best team in the West. Does he have a point?
I look, Charles is Mr. Hyperbole, and he says things sometimes that are silly and funny. Look, I can see where he's going here. If we're talking about teams, with ceilings, I absolutely could see the Clippers being the second best team. They if everyone's healthy and they're playing to the best of their abilities, and if we said that for pretty much every team in the West, I think Clippers are right there. First off, James Harden, however I feel about him, the dude's a walking bucket. Chris Dunn, we talked about this the other day, has enjoyed a wonderful resurgence in his career, and really it's his defense that's getting it done. Norman Powell's an all-star who's been hurt much of this year. Ivica Zubac is having a tremendous season, and then it's Kawhi Leonard, who, as they were talking about on Inside the NBA last night, he's a dude that can not play forever, and he walks in and he's a top 5 player in the league.
Right.
That's one of those teams that if they're going, there's not a team in the Western Conference that they couldn't upset. And I put the Thunder in there as well. I certainly wouldn't predict it, but if you told me the Thunder would lose in the semifinals to the Clippers, I would be incredibly surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, they've got the elements that you can just see. I mean, I think they're well coached.
Yes.
They've got experience. They are pretty good defensively. They've got a bunch of offensive players. So when you're going, all right, we've got to have someone here that shuts down Kawhi Leonard. Okay, maybe a lot of your focus is there. Well, they still have Harden. They still have Powell, to your point, and others. They've got bigs, they've got wings, they've got some depth. They kind of do have all the pieces. I mean, I think they don't get enough of the attention, and a lot of it's been on OKC, and it should be. But where it's interesting is why it automatically jumps to like the Lakers and the Warriors.
Yeah.
And just skips over them, partly because they haven't had a ton of playoff success. Individuals have.
Right, but
not
as a team. No, never even a Western Conference Finals. I believe.
I think they went once.
Did they go once? I thought that was the thing with the Clippers.
I might be wrong.
I could be wrong. I probably am. Generally, when you could be wrong and I could be wrong, I'm wrong. But certainly never made the finals.
Yes.
I forgot to mention. I mentioned all those players. I left out Bogdan Bogdanovic.
That's right.
And most importantly,
your guy,
Ben Simmons.
Yes. Look out.
Or as they call him on the streets, Playoff Ben.
What's that look like?
What's Playoff Ben look like?
Yeah.
Nobody knows because it's so fast.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Question 2.
Describe it.
Question 2.
Speaking of the Kings, speaking of
the
Kings host the Clips tonight. With the Mavs hosting Toronto, do you think it comes down to Sunday to decide the 9 and 10 seeds?
I do. I'd love to be wrong. And I'd love for that to be the Kings winning and not the Kings losing and the Mavs losing. I think that'd be great. And I don't want that. But also, if that does happen, kind of a cool thing for the fans on Sunday. Not a cool thing for the fans tonight, but all right, there's something on the line here Sunday. Kings are playing their tails off. And maybe there's also something to be said about not having any games that don't mean anything so that they aren't missing a step. I'm not saying the best thing for them would be to clinch on Sunday. I'm saying there would be bright sides. Clippers favored by 6.5. Mavs double-digit favorites. It certainly is pointing to the Kings playing for it all against Phoenix on Sunday, but with this team, you can't predict anything.
Yeah, so let me ask you this. Your coaching the Kings tonight.
Okay.
Doug calls you, says, Dave, you're the guy I need to fill in for me tonight.
You got it, Doug.
Like Katie took a day off. Doug's like, I'm just going to take one.
Right. I think the fans would also have this. I think the fans would have the same reaction they did to Jerry Reynolds coming in as to me coming in and coaching tonight. Exactly the same. Super supportive.
And you're a few minutes from tip off, and you take a look because you are looking at the phone. You're not looking at a scouting report. You know this team.
I'm doing it.
And your phone reads Toronto 91, Dallas 50 with like 8 minutes to go in the fourth.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Dave, fill out your starting lineup for tonight. So Toronto's up 41.
Yep.
8 minutes to go.
Yeah.
What's Coach Dave doing?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Thanks.
Jason. That's a great question. Oh,
I mean, as a head coach, you got to respond. You got to be ready.
Hi, Dan. Dan Spackman. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, hey, yeah.
Tell him hi for me.
Yeah, Jason says hi, and thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, it was great.
Dan, just do me a favor. I know this is going to be weird, but can you talk to the tech people? The Dallas-Toronto score, I want that off all the scoreboards. Let's just not display that tonight. No one will notice. Yeah. No, okay, please. Tell them I'll give them $20. Okay. All right. I got people around me. Okay. Fine. I love you too. All right, bye.
La Bean. But I still need your starting lineup.
Still need a starting lineup. Starting lineup's gonna be, I would have everybody take the score out. I don't want them not playing for 2 games. I would give the start. I'm playing tonight.
Okay.
Yes, I'm risking injury. That's the major thing that stops me is, okay, idiot, you played, and I don't even want to say the name of the player for jinx purposes, but XYZ starter goes down with a sprained ankle. Yes, but I don't want them rusty.
Okay, you passed. You're coaching tonight.
Did I?
Yeah,
is that
Doug
the right
had
answer?
called me and asked, he's like, plant this seed, see what Dave says, and I think it's you tonight.
Well, I'll be
you go in suit or
suit. I was just going to say I'll be suiting up tonight.
Yeah.
I'm going full on purple suits.
Yes.
And fedora. Damn right.
Now I want this
If you're going to do it right. Yeah. Describe it. Question 3.
Gross.
You're gross.
Question 3.
The NBA has comeback player of the year. Who's the comeback team of the year?
It's Detroit, right?
They were terrible the last couple years. How is it not them?
They're 44-36, and they're going to they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, like to get in, maybe they should have won like 35, and they got in the play-in. They skipped that step. They went right to the playoffs.
They won 30. They've already won 30 more games this year.
Yeah,
than they did last year.
They're the first team. I think they're the first team ever to triple their win total.
There were 7 teams in the league last year that didn't win 30 games, and they've won 30 more than they did last year. Now, look, I'm tempted, for example, to look at the Cavs, who were 48-34 last year. Hell, even the Thunder got better. The Rockets were 500. That would probably be my second place team. I think, I gave it to Detroit.
Yeah, it's a great story. I think it's been fun to watch them develop, get better. And actually, can't they still finish 5th? Can they catch Milwaukee or no?
They're 2 back, and I don't know what the tiebreaker is. And to the texter that said, who would be your fall from grace team? This is our comeback team of the year. It's got to be Phoenix, right? I mean, it has to be Phoenix. What a that last year, Phoenix, they were the 6th seed. They were 49-33.
But weren't we told that 29 other teams would trade rosters with them?
We were told that.
Yeah.
They have won right now with 2 games left, but they have won 14 games less than they did last year. And I saw they had this little diagram, and it was 2 circles next to each other, 2 ovals next to each other. And oval 1 was teams that are in the playoffs or the lottery. And then the other one was teams with neither. Phoenix was the only team in the second oval. They're not in the lottery. They did not make the playoffs or play in.
Right.
It's as bad as it could possibly have gone for Phoenix. And reading last night, they're going to have to attach things to Bradley Beal to get rid of him. The problem is they don't have a lot to attach.
Exactly.
They're dry as a bone in the pick counter. They're going to have to almost give a discount for Kevin Durant. And if I'm Devin Booker, Chris's favorite player, who I think deserves all this personally, but that's me. Are those Booker shoes?
They are.
That is hilarious.
That's the guy to move.
I thought I had the coolest shoes today. Chris actually wins. That's a bad situation. That is Matt Ishbia. He didn't just face plant. He's like Wile E. Coyote when he runs through the mountain and there's like a Wile E. Coyote cutout. This is as bad as it could get. The most expensive team ever to miss the postseason by far.
That's a fun distinction.
We'll take a break. Jason's going to update us on overhead real quick, and then we're going to get to a Masters update of a different kind. We'll give you some scores, but a couple things. Number one, I'm going to tell you what really, really grinds my gears about the Masters, and number two, we'll tell you about. You ever wonder what's everything's so manicured there? You ever wonder what kind of water is in the creeks?
Often.
Yeah, often. Maybe you do. Well, I can tell you this much. There's a different pH to one of them today. We'll tell you why and what happened coming up after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Well, springtime is here, and with the weekend upon us, it's a good time to do a little home evaluation. You might be doing a little home cleanup, outside cleanup. Well, take a look at your garage. How's it look? How do the garage doors look? Remember, that's the first thing many people see when they pull up to your house, that curb appeal. For us, we got brand new doors from the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, and instantly our curb appeal changed. For us, it was not as much about that, but what a benefit for us. It was really for us with a practicality. We had old garage doors, been in our home for 20 plus years, that we literally had a lock on, had to unlock it, open the garage door by hand. Now we've got obviously these smooth rolling tracks, very quiet, beautiful doors, windows at the top. You can see in, you can see out, and they're smooth, they're quiet, and we can open through the keypad on the side of the garage door, through the app, through the remote buttons. So curb appeal and functionality are better for us. And then just the return on investment. A new garage door is very high on the return of investment home improvement project list. In fact, it's one of the most cost-effective upgrades to increase your home's value. So many reasons to do it, whether it's just practicality, you want a fresh look, home improvement, return on investment, curb appeal, all those types of things. Why not work with a company that is great at it, and that is the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. Call them at 916-421-3747. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram and Woodland. Ram Truck Month is back. Chad, what kind of deals are happening at Hoblet?
Right now, save up to $17,000 off MSRP on the hard-to-find new 2024 Ram 2500 Bighorn Crew Cabs. We have hundreds of new Ram Heavy Duties available with huge savings, including on the new 2025 Ram Heavy Duties. One of many reasons we are California's #1 Ram truck dealer.
Okay, what kind of selection are we talking about?
We have over 300 new Ram Heavy Duties available, including the all-new 2025 Ram Heavy Duties everyone's buzzing about. With more arriving daily, it's a full-on Ram takeover. If you've been thinking about a new Ram Heavy Duty, now is the time, especially with potential tariffs that could impact the pricing soon.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 Bighorns after $79.72 factory rebates and $90.28 dealer discount. Rebates include $500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders. With this net savings, sample VIN 395, 300, and 396-633. See dealer for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sacktown Sports.
Corey Glover, Vernon Reed, Living Color. Living Color with a U. What kind of
Is
rap?
Jim Carrey in this group?
Yes, the Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
That song was so great. Corey Glover's big gimmick was he'd wear a body glove wetsuit top. They reunited not that long ago, as a matter of fact.
It feels so good.
Yeah, it feels so good. All other hits like Glamour Boys and I forget the song. You can tear a building down, but you can't replace the. I forget the name of the song. But, by the way, the River Cats have announced an alternate ego, and they sent Alan, some gear.
He works with them.
I get it.
Yeah.
So they've already sold him.
Oh,
come on. For those of you on YouTube, you can check this out, and we'll put this on YouTube a little bit later. I don't want to spend too long for our radio listeners, but this is they're now their alternate alter ego is the Gold Diggers, and here's the jersey. It's a little bit of a Pirates theme, I think. And
Pirates,
little piratey, especially the hat is very
I'm chickens.
Very
sassafras. Would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddlesome kids.
I'm gonna try to get this for the camera here. But yeah, your initial thoughts?
Back it up, son. Oh,
yeah, you're right on it.
Hey, see? Man, why would I do that voice for him? Hey,
he's the one buying from the prospector.
Well, he better, if he's buying this, better struck a little gold. Definitely good stuff, though. We support our River Cats.
Absolutely.
Do we support our Gold Diggers?
Well, they're part of it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like their Dorados.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have an issue with that either. You're right. Dorado's greater than signed Gold Diggers? That's a discussion for later.
I think equal or greater than.
Jose Luis Ballester is a amateur playing at Augusta this week for the first time. And, his first mistake was he's an Arizona State guy, ASU. He wore a hat that says Sun Devils across the top, but upside down. On purpose, which makes it a really annoying hat. But whatever, it's Augusta. Okay, weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing. The issue was he forgot where the bathrooms were yesterday. And so having himself a bladder emergency, there's no other way. Let's just say he helped populate Rays Creek, a very famous body of water at Augusta National. Here's what he had to say.
What happened there?
Well, I completely forgot that we had those restrooms on the left of the tee box.
Oh, okay. 13th tee.
Yes, correct. And then I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go. And since JD had an issue around the game, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to sneak here in the river. Probably the people would not see me that much. And then they clap for me. Probably one of the clubs that I really got today, like really loud. So that was kind of funny.
Are you concerned that there might be any blowback from that at all? Or, I mean, obviously, they did see you, right?
Yeah, they saw me this song. I mean, it was not embarrassing at all for me. So if I had to do it again, I would do it again.
Look, we've all been there.
I have not at the Masters. No.
Dude, honestly, I might pee my pants before I pee in Rays Creek at Augusta. So really interesting to see what Augusta will do here. Because they're not going to boot him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he shot a 74. He's probably going to boot
himself.
But, dude, whipping it out and going in Rays Creek in front of the patrons. I mean, they banned a guy for saying the greens were like bikini wax.
Yeah.
What are we doing here now?
Yeah, put more bathrooms around.
I guess.
But oddly, the bathrooms, it's $45 to go.
Yeah.
That's where they get you.
That's exactly where they get you. Here's my issue with the Masters, and it's the same every year. And who am I to tell? And I don't know if this is I got to think that this is the networks or whatever. The Masters is the biggest golf tournament of the year. It's the most watched tournament of the year. I should be able to watch coverage from dawn to dusk, from start to finish. And every year you have to go through this garbage where, like right now, our choices are Rose and McElroy featured groups, or holes 4, 5, and 6, Amen Corner. No. From the moment the first guy tees off until the last moment of the tournament. And by the way, this goes for all majors, because I don't think the appetite would be there for the Valero Open. But, dude, you have the time. Why is it a struggle in this day and age where I want to watch I want the opportunity to watch every single minute of golf played at Augusta?
So you don't care. You'd rather see at that point. So Saturday morning, let's say, when the leaderboard is cut and you're watching golfers 50 to 42 playing the first 8 out.
I think the tournament is as much golf porn as it is the competition itself. It's both. But I love watching golf at Augusta, and these are all pro golfers, even if they make the cut, but they're at the bottom. I love watching great shots. I like watching recoveries. I even like watching when guys are in trouble and blow up. Like there's drama outside of the top 10. Certainly it's not the same, but why not have that option? You've got, is there a lack of, or is there too much great golf? They'll show me a half-hour documentary on the Eisenhower tree, but I can't watch these guys play. And I just don't get, obviously they know what they're doing. I just don't get why, if you have an audience and you have maybe you don't put it on ESPN1, but you've got ESPN Plus. It's on Paramount Plus, ESPN Plus, CBS, and regular ESPN, plus Golf Channel. You have a ton of outlets that you could use. Use them.
You want more.
I want all of it. I'm a patron, and I want all the Augusta I want an Augusta, Georgia. I want an Augusta National buffet, unlimited trips, and I want to be able to eat as much Augusta National as I can in one sitting.
Georgia
on my mind. 1-800-920-1140. JR making a Friday phone call. Good morning, JR.
You know, those prices at the Masters really pissed me off.
Ah.
I'll be here. I'll call. Hey, you're right. More Augusta. Make it the NCAA tournament. Every freaking channel. Put it on crayon.net, whatever it is. You're right, dude. Everything you can do. Just show me that golf. This is the golf weekend. This is where us old men like to see it played. That the camera angles on golf. People always like, oh, it's so boring to watch golf. The camera angles on golf are phenomenal with the way they have in the new technology. I mean, you can watch everything and the ball roll right into the hole, and that's very addicting. You can see that, and it's awesome. So worth it. Agree with you 100%. Give me a buffet of the Masters these next few days. Okay.
Thank you, JR, checking in.
He wants a Masters buffet.
Our guy Campeo on the chat, love him, but this is the worst take of the day, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying it's just flat wrong. The Masters doesn't want it. Ticket sales go down with extended coverage. No, they don't. There's no such thing as ticket sales going down I want to make sure I'm getting this right. Yeah, it's the hottest ticket in sports. I'm pretty sure. Super Bowl, anything. It's the hottest ticket. There's no consistently hotter ticket than a pass to Augusta, Georgia. Practice rounds go for 5 figures. Practice rounds.
Not a game.
Not a game. Not a match. Practice round. And in part, there are people that actually, and I get this, especially first timers, there are people that say, look, if you had a choice between going, maybe, obviously Sunday is the end all be all, but if you had a choice between going, let's say Friday or Saturday, I leave Thursday out because you get the opening tee, the honorary and all that stuff, and just the tradition. But if they had a choice between Friday or Saturday, or a practice round on Tuesday and or Wednesday with the par 3, their argument is go to the practice round, because if for no other reason, it's the one time you're allowed to have a camera. You can't have cameras on. We talked about that yesterday, Thursday through Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you can camera the course all day long. You can take videos, pictures, whatever. which I think for a first timer would be a blast. But yeah, the Masters tickets, as a matter of fact, I was looking at this morning, there's a report that comes out every day on this. There were a grand total of 0 available badges on the secondary markets. Nobody. Yesterday there was one, I think it was Friday, or no, it was for yesterday. It was $22,000. We talked about that for one day.
Yeah, I know you would go on any day, but if you had somehow it came down, golf Jesus. And you can go to any of the 4 days where you.
I'm going Sunday.
Okay,
but I think the question is, I would rank them.
Would you walk the course or would you pick a spot?
I'd walk the course. I
think you have to do that and then maybe pick a spot.
100%. I'd want to see all the course. I think I would rank them Sunday, Thursday, then probably Saturday, Friday. I feel like Friday'd be, I don't know why. They'd all be great.
Yeah, you're seeing everybody on Friday. There's some good names that will get cut. Yeah.
Although I do wonder if Friday would be better than Saturday because you've got half the field Saturday, so the crowds are going to be bigger. I'd have to think about that, but definitely Sunday followed by Thursday. Please, golf Jesus, just come through for me once.
One time. That's all you're asking for.
How am I going to be a sports radio guy for 25 years and at no point has it not gotten back to Augusta that I want to go? How is that possible?
Write a book.
That's
ABCs.
ABCs. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, what are we doing? Why don't we do this? Let's do baseball weekend.
Okay.
Let's do a baseball weekend. Let's look at the A's and Mets, the Giants in New York. And I got a nice highlight I know you're going to enjoy as well. We'll get to that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Alan Stiles here with your Sacktown Sports Injury Update, brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. After Tommy John surgery in May 2024, Ken Waldachuk began a bullpen progression on March 4th. He continued to throw off the mound and remains in line for a potential return to the major leagues around June. Zach Geloff got his cast removed from his hand fracture and has started light workouts. A 4 to 6 week timeline is about the standard for such injuries, but Zach Geloff hopes to be back sooner. On the court, Devin Carter has been listed as day-to-day with a shoulder contusion and will be listed as questionable for the time being. This injury report was brought to you by Downtown LA Law Group. Hi, I'm Alan Stiles. Injured at work? Call Downtown. Downtown LA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they've won over $500 million in settlements. Downtown LA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call Downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents. Their love language is verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, a venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. Sunny skies today with a high near 60. Tonight will be partially cloudy with a low around 41, and tomorrow the sun will come back over Tahoe with a high near 51. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, a huge spring savings for you today.
Harbor Freight knows time is money, so for our Spring Black Friday sale, we're getting straight to the deals. Right now, you get 35% off jack stands, 56-inch roll cabs under $800, and 2,300 PSI electric pressure washers under $190. See? Straight to the point, so you can get straight to the savings. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until April 13th, 2025, while supplies last. Limitations apply.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Get 5 quarts of O'Reilly Full Synthetic Motor Oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. In-store only. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix. Live and local. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Nachos tasting real good. Love me some nachos. Welcome back, Pantera, bringing us back on a Friday.
What's your cheat meal today?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jason. I'm glad you asked.
Thanks.
I don't know. I've been thinking about it. Cheat meal Friday. You know what I would like, but I'm boycotting them, is Arby's. Arby's sounds good. Nice big roast beef and cheddar. Beef and
because the app?
Because it's just too expensive. They're just too expensive. Nothing wrong with good beef and ched. You know what I've been sniffing around lately? I pass by it every once in a while, but I haven't had it in a long, long time. And there's just like, it's the only one I know. But not that far from my house is a Long John Silver's.
I knew you were going to say
Did
that.
you really?
Yeah. Why?
I don't. Why did you know I was going to say that?
Because I was thinking, who goes there?
Who goes there? Does anybody go to Long John Silver's? When was the last time you saw a Long John Silver's commercial?
Commercial?
You're right.
I have no idea.
Imagine being in the market for a LJS franchise.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? What do I have to pay you every month? 10% for what? The brand?
I've never been to a Long John Silver's.
Is that so?
I've been to a Skipper's.
Yeah, Skipper's was. I would rather. Honest to God, I think if somebody reopened a Skipper's, I think there'd be some Skipper's nostalgia from a lot of us. That was the Little League spot for a good couple of years. Whenever we'd have a game on Tuesday and we'd go to Skipper's and they had all you can eat clam chowder at Skipper's and they had the little paper bowls. Dude. Well, yeah, because, yeah. I pounded 23 paper bowls of Skipper's clam chowder after a Little League game once. That's the record. You should try to set it I was feeling it that night. I don't mean it in that way.
Heater.
I was feeling it, but going in, it was one of those things where I got to like bowl 15. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this.
You locked in.
Oh, I locked in so hard. I think I was 12. I knew it.
What was the secret?
Honestly, Chris, I'm glad you asked because I remember it like it was yesterday. There was the triple play, the unassisted triple play, and there was a 23.
How did the newspaper not get this one?
I don't know, but I do know this. At one point, I think by bowl 12, the girl at the counter that I always like, may I please have another? And she started, they kind of started rooting for me, like, wow, and good for you. You got any more in it? That type of thing. So I kind of felt it, I felt the pressure. Honestly, I think it was a combo of hadn't eaten much that day, worked really hard at practice, and I think I was growing. That age where you take the fridge and lift it up and just open your mouth like a snake. I'm looking at this map right now, guys, because I know you wanted to know this. There's a bunch of Skippers still around, but the closest one to us is Highway 97 south of Klamath Falls, Oregon. They're all in
pretty close.
Yeah. They're all in Oregon and Washington. Wow. We'll bring one down here.
Yeah. Business must be booming.
Anyways.
I wish I would have known that. I would have brought some down when I went to Oregon.
You should. I'll bet you they probably sell cans of the clam chowder there. Baseball weekend is coming up. The Giants in New York.
Yeah.
The and you know what? Look, for interleague and all that, forget the whole New York Giants and Yankees history and all that. There is some kind of fun history between the two since they started interleague play. I think most would agree by far this is the best highlight.
Number 25. Bonds at slightly open stance, feet fairly close together, crowding the plate. The pitch, there's a long one to right field. Forget about it. This one is headed for New Jersey. High into the upper deck. Barry Bonds with a spectacular 3-run homer. And he has electrified Yankee Stadium.
That was
3-0 Giants.
It's foul. FOWL because it flew like a chicken.
And listen to the Yankee Stadium crowd as Bonds rounds the bases.
Same kind of noise I heard last year when Judge homered in San Francisco.
That's what everybody
he
heard.
brought 55,000 people out of their seats all at once. A ball that was hit high and deep, but also
The sound that the crowd made was similar, honestly. It was the same type of buzz as when Vince Carter did the hanging dunk in Oakland. Like, they weren't cheering necessarily.
Yeah.
They were just like, what did we just see?
Right.
I think other than longest ball I ever saw Barry Bonds hit that I remember was in the World Series against the Angels, where Tim Salmon famously got caught. I think it was Tim Salmon lip reading. He said, that's the first ball I've ever seen hit. I mean, I think it was a loss. I think the Giants lost that game, but he mashed it. That ball was just something about Barry Bonds in the Yankee Stadium made sense. So without, I know you're a diehard Yankees guy.
Yes.
I've been a Giants fan my whole life, but have fallen in and out of love of baseball. But this should be a rivalry weekend for you and me.
It is.
Like,
let's go.
Not really getting along too well today because of the rivalry.
Yeah.
Thing.
Exactly. And we don't know if they are hanging out having lunch together or not.
I hope they are.
Right.
I truly hope they are. Giants in New York. Teams, by the way, Jason, are a combined 16-8.
Okay. Off to good starts for both. Really, the Giants, especially the very beginning before they lost a couple here. It's been a nice story. Last year really just scuffled all the way around 500 the whole season. But, getting in a good start in a long season can hopefully help propel you in a brutal division.
Yeah, no, I 100% think so. Look, interesting. It's two marquee teams facing off against each other in, I get it's the new Yankee Stadium, but still it's one of those baseball meccas, if you will. A's Mets. So it is it's a New York based weekend, if you will. Mets come to town and A's got their work cut out for them. That's for sure.
Yeah, and look, they still only have the one home win. They've had good crowds, whether it's been Cubs fans or Padres fans. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Mets fans and or baseball fans. But the A's, you have to build it slowly here as far as the fan base. We've said it. I'll say it again.
Probably going to take about 5 years.
Yep.
You think that long?
Mm-hmm.
There's plenty of people there.
As we go to
get you guys out there.
As we go to break, here's Mike Francesa.
Okay.
Dan in Warwick, what's up, Dan?
Hey, Mike. I just got a question about the Giants. In your years of experience, have you ever seen, how the San Francisco Giants were once the New York Giants? Has there ever been either a franchise to franchise or maybe even player to player get together when San Francisco comes to New York? Like, do they ever say hi? Maybe, I don't know, go out to dinner or something?
I don't know what are you talking about?
Is there ever any interaction when the San Francisco Giants come to New York or vice versa?
The San Francisco Giants come to New York and do what?
Have a game,
They play against the Mets, and what do you want to happen now?
do the New York Giants ever reach out to him, either the players or the franchises?
The football Giants?
Yeah, the football Giants.
Well, what is the connection between the San Francisco Giants and the football Giants?
The Giants.
Well, they used to be in New York, and they got the same name.
But they have nothing to do with each other, though. There's no connection. They have different ownership. There's no connection between the two teams. I mean, there's no connection in any way between the two teams. They have no relationship. Do you think because they're Giants are like brothers or something? That might be the weirdest question I got in a long time. I mean, that might, and I think that's an honest question. That might be the strangest question I got in a really long time.
That's like if Chris Guerrero lived in New York. We'll take a break. When we come back, Kings Clippers tonight as we begin the second half of a Friday program. Don't forget, Dr. Luke Wood, Sac State president, joins us at 9 a.m. And we also got celebrity birthdays, what to watch, Friday fun and games, and so much more in between now and then. Sit back, relax. The second half starts next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by looking at their phones while driving. There's the sneaker peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their texts, or the nightlighter who illuminates their car after dark. If that's you, reconsider before you find yourself becoming the fender benderer, the got a ticket-er, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Lowe's knows that your business is built on speed and trust. That's why the Lowe's Pro Desk is here to get you what you need the moment you need it. We'll help you plan your project, calculate your materials, and pivot when your job takes an unexpected turn. And with our pro-only checkout and dedicated pro parking, you have what you need to tackle your job and be back on the job in no time. Just visit us at the Pro Desk. Lowe's knows pros. We help. You save.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Ram Truck Month, it's back. Chad, tell me about the deals happening at Hoblet.
Only Hoblet can get you a deal this good on the best selection of new Ram trucks. Right now, save up to $15,000 off MSRP on the new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman Sports. And with 500 new Ram trucks available, your perfect Ram is waiting for you at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
And aren't you the #1 Ram truck dealer in California?
Yeah, we consistently rank #1 in California thanks to our unique selection of Ram trucks. Plus, people love our new certified pre-owned supercenter with over 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
There's only one thing to do. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,000 total net savings after 10,000 factory rebates and 5,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 8,000 West and National Consumer Cash, 1,500 Conquest dealer cash. Must own or lease Ford, Chevy, or GMC brand vehicle. 500 on-the-job upfit. Must show proof of $500 eligible upfit. 5,000 net savings. Sample VIN 616-182. See dealer for details.
Sacramento Kings basketball.
Takes it to the left and scores. The Kings have regained the lead.
A run to the playoffs.
To the free throw line, pulls up 15-footer. He's got the two-pointer.
On Sacktown Sports 1140.
I'm Chris Verlade with your Masters update. Justin Rose is the leader after one round. He is even today. He's at 7 under, and he leads Ludwig Aberg, who's in second. He's 1 under par for the day through 3. He's at 5 under par. Tied for third is Bryson Chambeau and Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler. And Tyrell Hatton is in 6th. That is your Masters leaderboard. Your Masters coverage is brought to you by Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Guys, I apologize. I got to do something real quick. I'm going to try to make it quick. I have to do some quick parenting. I was going to have to come in late for this segment, but I think we can all, look, we're all a family. We can all be a part of this. Forgive me. I'm going to get to
Set
it.
the screen.
No, this isn't your normal one. I have to dial 1, do I? Or 9? All right, let's see. I left instructions. Let's see if they're followed here. Apologies to everybody.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi to everybody else who's listening, because I know that this is not your normal phone number.
All right. So that's, look at you. That's the college kid. No, she's on the air. All right. So just to recap, because everyone's listening to this right now. You have a permission slip due today, and you just asked me during the break because you're staying home because you're flying to go see your Aunt Lindsay today to do your college tour, and so you decided. I'm just reading from your text. You decided to take the day off because you're exhausted and sort of feel like crap. And there's I'll leave that part out about school since people are listening. So you just wanted to rest and pack and get homework done before you go on your trip. That's what you texted me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
True or false? Have I not told you you've had an attitude all week? Have I not told you repeatedly that you need to sleep? I've begged you to go to bed early. And I literally said 24 hours ago, if you keep doing this and staying up late and hanging out on your phone and your computer, you're eventually going to get overexhausted and or sick. True or false? Did I say that to you?
True.
Okay. And
That is true.
okay. And so now you want me to, instead of your mother bringing Mason home, you want me to drive a half hour there and a half hour back so I can bring Mason home and drop off your permission slip.
I understand if you can't do it.
No,
I was just saying.
I
I'm
100%
saying that
can.
only...
No, I can. I 100% can.
Mm-hmm.
And also, just for a bonus, true or false, you stuck your face into an argument Mommy and I were having last night that blew up the argument. True or false? Come on.
True.
You had to
True.
weigh. You had to weigh in with your opinion.
Well, I don't know which part of it you're talking about.
I'm just saying your
yeah.
performance this week hasn't been tremendous. Huh?
I understand.
Okay.
I would like to let you know.
Yeah.
Second point.
Okay.
That I fell asleep at 8 p.m. Last night.
No, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm just saying that.
And the past 4 nights I have gone to bed at most at 11 p.m., which is fine, perfectly fine.
No, 10 p.m. is the cutoff, 8 hours.
Well, okay, but I did get a significant amount of sleep last night, and I still woke up and felt exhausted.
Okay. I got to go do a show. I'll tell you what. My answer is no, but I will give you the ability to open negotiations. So I need you to convince me as to why I would do you a favor with what's been going on this week. So that would require you to do some things for me, okay? And or your mother.
Okay.
All right.
Can I get into the argument?
Oh,
to blow
please,
everything
Chris,
up?
absolutely.
I mean, since this is on the show.
It's a family affair. We're all family.
Since this is on the show, and you said that the show is a show democracy and not a dictatorship.
It is a showocracy.
Should we all have a vote to see what
the show is a showocracy. The family is 100% a dictatorship with a emphasis on the first syllable. 100%. That is a dictatorship. There is no vote from the children. As I'm flying her down to go do a college tour for a college she might get into that we may have to pay an ungodly amount of money to get in, and she's showing her appreciation by doing absolutely terrible things attitude-wise. But go ahead. Sorry, sweetheart.
I am still incredibly grateful, and I'm very excited for the trip that we're doing this weekend. And I mean, I've had an attitude this week because I have been so exhausted and because I've been so stressed out with schoolwork. We're reaching the home stretch with the year, and I have a lot of things on my plate that are probably not as important when you compare it to your own problems and your own things you have going on in your life. But it is a lot for me, and it's been emotionally exhausting.
She's good. Isn't she good?
Wonderful
She's
points.
Really good. All right. We'll continue this off the air. Okay.
All
right, baby. I love you.
Love you too.
Go Bruins.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye. She's good. Oh, Dave, you're such a mean guy. You got to understand, it's been a week. And she screwed up, and then she forgot to give the permission slip to her mother today, and now she wants me to do an hour round trip to go drop off her permission slip. You know what? You could just absolutely.
Good play, Chris.
You could just.
I mean, in 25, 30 years, are we going to be thinking about the permission slip that took 30 minutes?
No, but she's going to college here in I got 4 months left with her, and I am losing my mind because she's not finished. Not that any kid is, but she's making major organizational and discipline errors that are going to kill her in college.
She's in. She got accepted.
She got in. You know, the worst thing about the only thing worse than getting in is getting in and just absolutely crashing out because you weren't prepared. Oh, by the way, she had two waiting lists, Loyola Marymount and Irvine. Yesterday, Loyola Marymount sent a letter. Oh, sorry, our bad. You're in. So now you can take that one off the maybe. And at this point, it's hilarious because that was a dream. Now it's like, oh, thanks. USC, UCLA going down this weekend. Anyways, we got to get to a bunch of other stuff, but I need a palate cleanser.
Can you imagine if that was your child in there? You're going to have people who are going to say, wait a second, I'm worried about the gorilla.
All right. Shout out her.
My favorite one of his is still the guy saying, hey, do you remember that game, July 14th?
I know that's your favorite one, and I know exactly why, because it is so awkward and cringy and phenomenal.
It's okay, Mike. I'll just go.
Jonas Valanciunas will be a part of this roster heading into the postseason. You guys know that. What you don't know is that he is the all-time leader in play-in appearances. This is his 6th straight.
And we got him.
Play-in tournament. And he has the most points and rebounds in play-in history.
We have the meat.
We absolutely do. Congratulations, Jonas Valanciunas. Kings Clippers tonight. Kings trying to avoid yet another sweep.
Of LA too, right?
Yeah. They don't want to go 0 for LA. 0-3 this year. Lakers already slept them. Either one swept them. Their last meeting, Kawhi's butter. David, I'm still stuck on the kid thing. The buzzer beater fell in. Maybe, I don't know, a lot of people saying which was the better buzzer beater, that one or Toronto over Philly. A lot
are saying that.
A lot are talking about that.
But they're only a half game separation going into that game. It's not a half game anymore.
No, it's not. Yeah, the Clippers have been quite good since then. 13-3. Kings almost as good at 6-11. You asked the question here, Jason, why are the Clippers never mentioned as a dangerous team in the West? And, I stole that thunder a little bit earlier, but I think it's worth bringing up again. I think a lot of it's past history and a lot of it's just uncertainty on their health. I think they have the roster to make a lot of noise in the playoffs, but that's been the case in the past sometimes.
Yeah.
Too.
I remember, I think it was last year's first round, if I'm not mistaken, they opened with Dallas. And I thought, oh, they'll beat Dallas. Well, Dallas beat them, and Dallas eventually went on to make it to the NBA Finals. So, yeah, at some point, I the Clippers have to break through. You can keep having the roster. They obviously had the Kawhi Leonard, Paul George duo to be a big threat for years. They've now moved on from Paul George. They still have Kawhi. But Norman Powell's elevated his game. James Harden really has been good for them, and that's been a good fit. Zubac, as we mentioned, all the guys they have. It's a deep team. It's a talented team, well-coached team. There's no reason why they can't do well.
Yeah, it's just.
And if the Kings beat them tonight, obviously we know that the Kings secure the 9 seed, but you hurt the Clippers. Maybe you get them to move down to the play-in spot. I mean, there's a lot of layers to the last 3 days of the NBA. Well, really 2, because nobody plays tomorrow. Everybody plays today and Sunday. Nobody's playing in the NBA tomorrow.
No. Which is, which do you think is more talented, this team or the Lob City Clippers at their peak? I was really surprised that team didn't do more.
Yeah.
I mean, Doc Rivers, but still. That was a real that Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, DeAndre Jordan in his prime team. I'm really surprised they didn't do better than they did.
I'm trying to remember who they all said Redick. Who was their small forward? I'm sure it's someone I'm just totally.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Batum back then.
Might have been.
I know he's back with them.
Was it who was the former number one pick? Number one pick, white guy, international player, but shooter, Euro. I think Euro. Either Euro.
I know Bargnani was, but not
him. Yeah. Was it not
Toronto?
But didn't Bargnani come?
Go to there? Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, but either way.
Yeah. But that team was good, but now in hindsight, I don't know. It feels like this group is to me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which Kings team shows up too, because this team can beat the Clippers.
Of course.
They're just. I would very much like to see the. By the way, no Monk, no Laravia. I think Keegan is doubtful. I think we saw yesterday. Laravia and Monk are out. So they will be shorthanded regardless. But look, you pull out that Cleveland team, you pull out that Detroit team and how they're playing. And again, they lost the first game back from a roadie. We have to remember that. They notoriously suck on the first game back from a roadie, and I didn't think they sucked against Denver. I thought Denver was better.
Yeah, Kings had their chances, played pretty well, kept pushing Denver. Denver just responded every time.
I think Clippers win tonight if I had to pick, but I think the Kings will cover the 6.5 point spread.
Oh, good game then.
That would be
down to the
guess.
wire.
I think it will be. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's those injuries, though. We'll talk about that because they're hurting them now, and they're probably going to be hurting them during the play-in as well. 30-second break. River Cats Report. We're right back.
Visit SacktownSports.com and join the Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter. It's the River Cats Report. What's going on with the Giants AAA squad? The River Cats Report.
All right, Dave, you ready for the River Cats Report? All right, you already have the hat. Where's the jersey? We got to show this off again for everybody. And I've got even more swag for you.
What? No way.
Yeah, you want to put on that chain?
Oh, my God. This is there we go.
There we go. Now you're ready.
This is the best. Wow. Oh, I love this.
Careful
I
with
put
that.
on the jersey, but they sent it to Allen, so it's an extra small.
Oh, there you go. Well, we can tell you about pitcher Carson Seymour, named the Pacific Coast League Pitcher of the Week. 5 scoreless innings and 5 strikeouts against Las Vegas, the Aviators. Infielder Brent Auerbach was named the PCL Player of the Week back in March 31st. And the debut of the Sacramento Gold Diggers Alternate Identity. That'll be coming up soon, next Saturday, a week from Saturday. Uh-oh. Did that part fall off? All right, well, we'll fix that. We can always get if you have inquiries about tickets, you always get
on at Augusta.
The fan favorite 4-pack, which is offered on Saturday, April 19th. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 hats for one price. Visit rivercats.com for more info. So there you go. That is your River Cats Report. We're back. And we're back.
Told you.
Yeah.
River Cats Report. Yeah. Get off me on the chat line. I know it's funny when MC and I are on the same side of something. And our guy Camp's like the mom of the chat. Like, you're being mean.
To your daughter? Or
Yeah.
When she's a world-renowned director,
whatever,
making awards everywhere, and she says, how is your dad during growing up? And she goes, ugh,
just the worst.
He made this big old stink about having to go and give a permission slip.
The thing is, and of course, it's my fault for
you made me play first base.
Like, look, I don't have a problem with her being exhausted. And that's all fine, but it's been a pill all damn week, and this is her. I told her not to do all of that. The whole week, it's gonna catch up. It's gonna catch up. Go to bed. Take care of it. Do all this. Do all that. And now she wants me to take the permission slip. I said, why don't you scan it and send it in? It has to be a physical copy. Well, then, what do you want from me? By the way, I'm probably going to take the damn permission slip in, but I'm going to exact a little bit of, chore out of her.
The tortured artist.
There's got to be a consequence.
You put her on the air.
Yeah, big consequence for the theater major.
My favorite part. Go Bruins.
Yeah. Yeah. Kings and injuries, Jason Ross.
It makes you wonder if this will. I mean, look, the Kings haven't really had this most amazing season, but is it going to derail them? Last year at this time was the worst time of the year for Malik to get injured. He's not planning this. He's unfortunately hurt now, not evaluated for a couple weeks. So they would have to get out of next week for him to be back. And Laravia is important to this team. He's been hurt. As you said, Keegan has been in and out of the lineup. Those are, people, that's an excuse. These are important players to the team. Is it going to keep them from beating Dallas next week, from getting to Friday's game, from winning Friday's game if they get that far?
Second straight postseason Malik's missed too, by the way. And
last year, Luka fell on him.
Yeah, fell on that ankle. Luka. Well, that's why he got traded.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
I think we've had three different people on the text line say that small forward you were looking for was almost certainly Matt Barnes.
Some of the time,
yeah. So
Matty Barnes,
Sacktown's finest.
Dal Campos, Matthew Barnes. So you got Wednesday, you got Friday. If they win that, OKC. And look, we've talked before about how this team does, Jason, when it's missing players, and more often than not, they surprise other teams. But there's a difference between, hey, surprise, and okay, now we are preparing for a life without Malik Monk. Yeah. No offense or disrespect to Jake LaRavia, but if you're missing Monk and you're missing Keegan Murray, and again, Keegan's in a different boat than Monk. I expect Keegan will be back for the play-in, I hope.
But let's get to so now when you're playing, the Clippers tonight and Phoenix on Sunday, but when Dallas, much like we've said, the Kings have sent out scouts to watch the Dallas Mavericks. If I'm Dallas next week for the one game just to try to survive, I'm putting I don't even think Malik Monk is a true point guard.
Right.
But he's the one that has been doing the duties while Fox has been out the most. Pressuring Levine, pressuring Keon, pressuring the rookie if Devin Carter's playing point guard. That's an area of what I would try to do if I was an opposing team. Make them turn it over. And at times, Levine has been very loose with his handles, and Keon can feel the pressure a little bit. I feel like the Kings are vulnerable there.
Is it okay for me to say that the Sacramento Kings are obviously not as good a team without Malik Monk, but they are a better team with Keon Ellis starting instead of Malik Monk?
That's okay. I think that's okay, yeah.
Now, depth-wise, that's an issue. And
right.
So it's not just Malik Monk's ability to score. Right. It's Malik Monk's penchant for scoring in the right areas at the right times, breaking runs or extending and creating runs, heating up. Again, we were talking about maybe the greatest regular season game ever played a couple years ago against the Clippers, and Malik Monk was insane in that game. when Malik is on, there are very few in the league that can match him offensively. And he also will get you the key rebound. He can also distribute the ball, maybe not as a true point guard, but it's not uncommon to find him with 6, 7, 8 assists per game. Now you have Keon Ellis in there, who really is your now only real defender. No apologies to Domas, who is a average to above average defender, but you're not getting defense out of Levine. You're not getting defense out of DeRozan. And well, I should be fair. If Lyles is in the starting lineup as well, that's a little bit better. They're a better defensive team, but their depth, that's where they're going to need the Dougie McBuckets or the Terrence Davises or the whomevers to really step up and do something.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's what it's going to be called upon. Now, we know in the playoffs or playing in this case, you don't play for future minutes. You're going to do whatever you can. If you have to play guys 45 minutes, I mean, you do it. So, but they're not there yet. They've got a couple more games to get there for next Wednesday. And I think it would just be a lot better for them too to host for multiple reasons, because that means they either won at least one more game or Dallas let them in with an opportunity. Because if you go losing the last two, lose home court, that means a 3-game losing. I just don't think their confidence would be very high.
No, I don't either. And you got to different seasons, but you have to have some sort of something mentally. Wanted to mention this before the break. Josh Johnson, quarterback, has signed with the Washington Commanders today. You ready?
How many teams?
I'm going to count Jason and Chris. Jason, you go first. How many teams has Josh Johnson played for in his career? And by the way, I'm not saying different teams either. I'm saying, so if, for example, he was with the Bears 5 times, that's 5 times.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to have more fun with that.
Have you counted yet?
Nope, go ahead with your pick.
I'm going to say 23.
23. Chris?
20.
Count up one more thing here.
100? It's a lot of counting.
Okay. You said 23. Chris, you said how many?
20.
They're both excellent guesses, by the way. Josh Johnson has played for a total of, including multiple stints, 25. Now, if we're just counting NFL, that would be 22.
Okay.
I knew there'd be a technicality there. Remember, we're talking about 2012 Sacramento Mountain Lion. Josh Johnson spent his first 4 years, weirdly enough, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then he went to the Niners. Then he went to the Mountain Lions. Then the Browns. Then the Bengals. Then the Niners again. Then the Bengals again. Then the Jets, the Colts, the Bills, the Ravens, the Giants, the Texans, the Oakland Raiders. Then the Washington Redskins. Just to give you an idea, that's in 2018. Then the San Diego Fleet. Back to the Lions. Then the LA Wildcats. Back to the Niners. Back to the Jets. Back to the Ravens. First round with the Broncos. Then back to the Niners. Then back to the Ravens. And now with the Commanders again. I mean, that's got to be a record, dude.
Oh, yeah. It has to be.
A massive, never going to be broken record.
Congrats.
And on one hand, I go, if you've bounced around that much, you're probably, maybe you're not a great teammate. But also, a lot of those franchises he's returning to.
Yeah. So they think something of him to bring him back.
Maybe it's one of those, look, you're bouncing around because you're just not good enough to stick, but you're a consummate professional. Yeah. And if we have an opening, we'd love to have you back. You're great in the locker room.
Good guy. We can trust you. We've got you here. We'd rather you not play, but we don't mind having you here. Hey, how would you like to come here and not play?
Josh Johnson, we'd rather you not play.
Yeah, but we'll pay you.
But we'll pay you to hopefully not play.
Yes.
We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get into standings watch and all the things coming up this weekend before we get to who's hot, who's not. And Dr. Luke Wood, Sac State president, coming up next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
We all know that everyone has had a past, but what happens if you've made those mistakes and made good on that past, but it still continues to follow you around, keeping you from doing things that you'd like to do, some of your rights? Well, do you need a reputable attorney who knows even good people make some mistakes? Well, that's why I'm telling you about the Gonzalez Law Offices in downtown Sacramento. They are here to help. Jonathan Gonzalez is a lawyer here that's been doing incredible work. In fact, 2016 through 2019, undefeated in jury trials, and his case preparation and overall approach has resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients. So for situations like I mentioned, how about an expungement? That is something he has specialized in and helped a lot of people in that area. Could be criminal defense, sexual harassment cases, wrongful termination cases, auto accident cases. The whole point is you need to know there's someone in our community that has been effective, impactful, and wants to help those in and around Sacramento. So call them at 916-304-9187 or go to saclegaldefense.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
If you've always wanted to be a part of that Jeep life, there's no better time than now than the 2025 Jeep Wrangler. And no one has a better selection than Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Jeep Wrangler has been unmatched in off-road capability for over 80 years. But being a Jeep owner, it's so much more than the performance on and off the road. It's a lifestyle. It's camaraderie. It's the versatility and the customization. The new Jeep Wrangler, it's better than ever. And you won't be able to find a better car buying experience or selection than at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
The hot weather is coming. Is your HVAC system ready for it? Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating make sure it is. Get to Lee'sAirPlumbingandHeating.com. Check out their $99 HVAC tune-up special. And let me tell you why Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating is the way to go. They took care of me when our heater collapsed over the winter, and Lee's set us up with a great new HVAC system that is providing comfort, value, and quality. Let Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating take care of you. License number 635355.
Out on the road, there's just one place when you walk on in, you see a friendly face. It's Big O. Big O Tires.
Now through April 27th, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Bridgestone, Firestone, Pirelli, or Hankook brand tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one, and if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with 0 down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
Carmichael Dave. He's got very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say. He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, welcome back. Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross, Chris Verlade on a Friday. Alan Sal's back on Saturday or Monday.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking ahead. Travel schedule week. We're kind of all over the place. It will be a Jason show Monday and probably, maybe, possibly Friday. I'll be in New Orleans taking Monday as a travel day. And then so it'll be you and Chris Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're together. You'll probably be here, but could be in Dallas on Wednesday.
Could be.
And then hopefully Friday with the Kings hopefully winning Wednesday, you will be either in San Francisco.
I'd be here.
Yeah, that's true. Memphis, Minnesota,
LA, Denver. It's that simple.
Yeah. And then I'm TBD. I'm scheduled to fly out at 6 a.m. on Friday back here, but we will see. And happy to report, I will be making my rookie debut at Dookie Chase Restaurant next week. Very excited about that. And last night, just so you know, we ended up having taco salad. It was a last-minute change because Melissa was going to fry some chicken. Unbeknownst. And I said, you know what? I'm not eating fried chicken until I get there.
Oh, you're going to have there? Okay, I was wondering what you're going to have there.
Right? Don't I have? I mean, I was going to ask you about it, but isn't that their signature?
They've won awards for it.
Yeah.
But it's also, there's a lot of different things there. Like a lot of people go there for seafood, so I didn't know if you'd have that. I mean, it's up to you. I eat the fried chicken because I can't eat.
Yeah,
like Alba always gets the shrimp clemenceau, I think is what it's called.
Ooh, really?
And she's like, that's.
Didn't you say it was the lunches or a buffet?
Sometimes I don't know if they do that. When I said that, I don't know if they do that anymore. To be honest with the.
Well, I'm going to be happy no matter what. But if it's a buffet, I'm going to be the most.
Yeah,
happy.
then I would say that.
Then I can try everything.
Yeah. How'd you should try over there?
What?
The burger.
I hate that. Burger.
I've had that stuck in my head all day.
Well, now it's in my head, Chris.
Burger.
Sound like my dogs. Standings. Watch. The 20 teams are set.
Yeah.
Those are set. We just don't know where a lot of them are.
Just a few things.
Here's what's locked in. Number 1, Cleveland. Number 2, Boston. And number 7, yeah, I know, weird, Orlando.
Okay.
That's in the East. In the West, the number 1, Thunder. Feel the Thunder, Lightning and the Thunder. And the number 2, Rockets.
That's it.
The other two, the other West play-in 7 versus 8. That's between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 teams with 2 remaining. Denver, Clippers, Warriors, Minnesota, Memphis.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, obviously, if you fall to 7-8, I think there's some good there because if you can win that, then you're playing Houston. That could be good. Then if you lose, you run the risk of being completely out, and or if you do beat the Kings Mavs winner, you're then getting OKC. So that's a pretty tough spot to fall to. But you could also finish as high as 4 and host, through the first round at least. So I can't believe how tight the Western Conference is this late in the year with just 2 games to go.
True or false? You'd rather be the 7 seed than the 6, the 5. Well, let me start there. True or false? You'd rather be the 7 seed than the 6 or the 5. 7 seed meaning you're playing the Rockets in the first round for sure. As it stands right now, the Warriors would travel to play the Lakers, or at least they'd have home court advantage. The Lakers would, and the Clippers would face the Nuggets. Denver having home court advantage. So my question is, would you rather be the 7 seed and face the Rockets without home court advantage, or the 6 or 5?
I probably would pick the Rockets. Yes.
Yeah.
I think 6 then becomes who's going to be 3. It's odds are the Lakers, but if one of those other teams jump up, that sounds dangerous, but maybe you match up better against the Clipper. I don't know. But yes, I guess the shorter answer would be I'd rather play the Rockets.
Okay. And then my next question is, would you rather be the 7 seed or the 4 seed? You have home court advantage, but you're playing
a good 5 team, whoever that ends up being. And if you win, you're most likely getting OKC.
Yep.
Probably 7.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree, and look, this is great motivation for Houston because they know these conversations are being had in locker rooms, especially on radio shows inside the NBA.
Well, didn't we hear that when the Kings were 3? Like, people are trying to get to 6. They'd like to play Sacramento, which I understood why.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful, but there's a reason for the disrespect. And the Warriors were right that year.
Yeah.
The 6 upset the 3. And look, the Rockets could do wonderful things, but based on the way the season's gone, on one hand, the Rockets are 52-28.
Right.
On the other hand, it's tough to buy them.
Yeah, I think, like anything, it's I don't think any team should be afraid of anybody. But if you're choosing your path, you get a chance to do that. I think you want to stay as far away as from OKC, and that's going through Houston first. So that would be my choice.
And then would you? I always get screwed up here. Do they reseed?
They don't.
Now?
So 1-8, 4-5.
All right,
and then the 2-7 is in the 3-6 side. You just rather be over there.
So you've got, not only do you get the Rockets in round 1, but you avoid the Thunder for the first 2 rounds.
Correct.
That's
it. That's why that's the sweet spot.
So I honestly think with the 1 and the 2 locked up, the 7 seed's the most attractive.
Yeah.
Of all the remaining seeds, the 7 seed's the most attractive.
So that's why we always thought, and it's been eliminated for the Kings for a long time. It's like if they could get to 7, they wanted to get to 6 to avoid everything. But if you're at 7, 8, I don't think that was disaster. And even if you're 8, could you go on the road and win 1 game against Team 7, and then you're the 7 seed?
Yep, that's exactly right.
So, but that's not their option.
As far as the there's a lot going on there. If we take a look at the matchups that matter tonight when it comes to that, everybody's kind of returning home for the most part. Raptors, Mavericks, we talked about that. 5:30 tip-off. Mavs, big favorites there. The Timberwolves should, again, after the Spurs beat the Warriors, who knows, but the Timberwolves should be fine with their 19.5-point spread against the Nets that they host at Target Center. This is the big one.
That is it.
The Grizzlies go from losing at home to the Timberwolves, and now they take on the Nuggets in Denver. That is the dreaded Denver second night of a back-to-back. Denver just 6.5-point favorites in this one, but a huge game for both of those teams.
Yes.
Massive implications. The Warriors play in Portland. Rockets, Lakers. Lakers big favorites there. The thought is the Rockets, they really have nothing to play for. And then, look, this does have implications in 2 different ways, not like Memphis, Minnesota, where they're directly affecting each other, but the Kings are gunning to clinch that 9 spot, and the Clippers are gunning to not fall out of where they're at right now.
Yeah, so I think this is what the league probably wants less of what like the Celtics did the other day by resting their guys, probably what the Rockets will do today. But, I think by adding the play-in, like we said, we have 20 teams in, but I feel like there's been less tanking. I just do.
Yeah.
I mean, Phoenix was trying to the end. Maybe they could have brought Durant back around now. Well, now what's the point? And
it's so funny. I agree with you. Full stop. I agree with the sentence you just said. Less tanking. Phoenix has been trying. They've also lost 8 in a row.
Yeah, they've been bad
on the surface
and the schedule.
That's the thing.
Right.
We all looked at the schedule way in advance.
And I think they won the first 2, which surprised me. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, past the Kings. I went, wow, they've already beaten Milwaukee and Cleveland. I thought now they've got hit with the rest of it, and they lost the next 8.
And with that talent level, you've always thought in the back of your head, as we got into the final third of the season, God, if they do get hot and somehow figure it out towards the end, a lot of veterans, there are a lot of talent. I could have seen 2/3 of the way through the season. You could have absolutely convinced me that Phoenix would be that team nobody wanted to play in the playoffs. That is not how it went.
No.
Whatsoever.
And I remember when Dallas was just getting decimated by injury and was like, well, Dallas is going to be out. I said, well, my only pause and reservation was Phoenix's schedule.
Sure.
And it took a little while to finally have it materialize. And here they are. I don't feel for them in the sense of, they're in the West, they're in the Kings division, but they're in a mess. They're in a really bad spot.
Clippers coming into this game have won 6 in a row, Jason. At the same time, they're sitting in the 5 seed right now, tied with the Nuggets for 4. They're on the verge of hosting. Also, they got it. I don't think players think this way, but if the Clippers slip to 7 after losing to the Kings tonight, maybe they're mad.
Yeah.
But I would far rather have to beat Memphis or Minnesota at home once to secure the 7th seed and get the Rockets in the first round,
right,
than have to either go to or host Denver in the first round, and now all bets are off.
Yeah.
Interesting mathematics. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? 3 in the key for Kings Clippers, 3 in the key for Kings Suns. It's our final regular season 3s in the keys, and then we'll go streaking as well. We'll see if myself and Chris can get off the schneid, and if you can continue your fantastic JJ Bleday. We'll do all that right after this.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Match De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com for an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigiOJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigiOJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code Sacktown Sports at checkout to save 10%.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the highly anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keys was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Lowe's knows how to help pros save. That's why the new MyLowe's Pro Rewards program lets you unlock exclusive member deals on the things you need every day on the job. Plus, MyLowe's Pro Rewards members can get volume discounts on eligible orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Exclusions, more terms and restrictions apply. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who, dare I say who, is hot? Who's hot?
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
I saw an ESPN article a couple days ago where they were asking all their baseball writers for their hot takes on many different, MVP, Rookie of the Year, blah, blah, blah. One of them said the Angels are going to win the AL West.
Wow.
Yeah, and acknowledged it was a hot take, but
one of the hottest.
Scorching, if you will. Yeah. Why are they hot, Chris?
Well, yesterday they hit 6 home runs in the game. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
There were 12 home runs in Major League Baseball yesterday. That means the Angels hit half of the home runs of all of the baseball games yesterday. They're the first team to hit at least half of the home runs in Major League Baseball on a day with at least a dozen homers since
the Yankees.
Since the Expos.
Since the Angels did it.
The Cincinnati Reds did it on April 29th, 1978.
Oh,
they also hit 6 of 12. Very interesting. Who's the home run king?
That's Pete Rose.
Pete Rose hit 3 of the Reds' 6 homers that day in 1978. The only 3 home run game of his record 3,562 game career.
Mickey Mantle once said of Pete Rose, if I had a choice between swinging like Pete Rose for singles or wearing a dress, I'd wear a dress. Mickey Mantle. Always very
PC.
Very PC, old Mickey Mantle. Well, wait a minute. Then if the Angels are hot, since it is opposite day, who's the opposite of the Angels?
The Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
They've lost 8 in a row. That's the longest losing streak in the NBA right now. They're 35-45, knocked out of the play-in. And, hey, Kings are going to be playing them on Sunday.
Yeah.
You say that. I don't want to completely stand in front of them, but there's like 28 different teams that would rather have the roster of and the situation that the Suns have right now. If you don't believe me, are you a billionaire? No, me neither. Well, let's listen to a billionaire.
Oh, it's extremely fixable. I mean, let's just be real. Although this isn't a cool narrative, and the national media really won't want to play it out there, but like, ask the other 29 GMs. 26 of them would trade their whole team for our whole team and our draft picks and everything as is. Like, the house is not on fire. We're in great position. It's not hard to fix. It's not like we're like, hey, we don't have enough talent to win a championship. We have enough talent to win a championship. Right? Do we have enough continuity? Do we have time together? Like, there's a lot of things we can look at. Do we have like the right leadership in place? Do we have to add some little pieces around?
You remember that scene in Billy Madison when Billy Madison was trying to learn French? And the guy who was teaching French was like, slow down.
Again.
It's not like we don't have people that can score the ball, not play defense and have
score the bowel.
One champ. Like, we have all the things. So how fixable is it? And I mean, if I read the media, I would think we have a lot of problems. But luckily, I get to spend time with the best players in the world, in my opinion, the best coaches, GMs, see like all these people, and I get to spend time with our people and say we're in really great shape. And I wouldn't trade our team or our situation for anyone else's, except for I'd like to be playing right now. But besides that, for like how going into the offseason, I feel great about it. It's not like there's a lot of other teams that have good players that have to re-sign them or they're going to lose them or that they're unrestricted free agents. Like, our starting five's coming back. I feel very good about it. Oh, it's extreme.
I am here. And I would pay, if they charged, I think I would go up to $6.99 on pay-per-view to watch Matt Ishbia's postseason presser. And somebody in that Phoenix Suns media better, or you lose all credibility. Matt, this is coming. You said last year, when you look back at those comments, do you feel differently in retrospect? I need to hear his answer.
No, I don't. No, I absolutely don't. I think we're still in a great position. We've got great players. We got great GMs. We got great coaches.
That is just I'm sure if I had to guess, I think Matt Ishbia in the end will probably be a very successful NBA owner. I think, look, yeah, he's
working from behind now.
He really is, but there's also something to lowering expectations.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know if you taking out drugs and racism and like trafficking and the worst things in the world. I'm talking about from an NBA point of view. I don't think you could have a worse start as an owner.
Right.
It's not like he's running a bad team or he's running a mid-level playoff team that just isn't. No, dude, they were the worst drop-off team from last year to this year, and that press conference was at the end of last year. Yeah. It was already
hyping this year.
Yeah. And all
and I think they were 8-1 or 9 and maybe 9-2.
Yeah. I think you're exactly right.
So it's like, here we go. And just terrible.
I think it'd be really interesting to have him walk through his home concourse and Nico Harrison walk through his home course. I think Nico is the only guy having a worse time right now than Matt Ishbia. And the fans are going to say it. And by the way, they have every right to. We told you this was going to happen. Everybody told you this was going to happen, but you were too damn cocky and pig-headed to listen. Anyways, shout out Matt Ishbia. Let's get to 3 in the key. We got a lot to get to. Kings Clippers tonight. James Harden's a foul merchant. He's coming to Golden One. Oh, my God, it's gross. But still, the Clippers are a lot better than a lot of people thought they would be.
Okay, pretty good. Yeah. First category, largest lead for the Clippers, largest lead for Sacramento tonight.
16 for the Clippers, 7 for the Sacramento Kings.
I have 11 for the Clippers and 7 for the Kings as well. Chris?
12 for the Clippers, 4 for the Kings.
All right. Who will score the most points off the bench for the Sacramento Kings?
Jonas Valanciunas.
And how many?
Jonas will give us 11 points.
I have Devin Carter with 11.
Trey Lyles, 9.
Okay.
Wait, he might be starting.
He might be. Yeah.
I'll go with Valanciunas. 12.
Valanciunas, 12. Okay, and then the random stat.
The random stat tonight. I'm going to go with this. It's going to be a feisty one. Give me a double technical. Give me a double tech in this one. Doesn't seem like it'd be a double tech type of game, double tech type teams. Double tech.
Double tech game.
Double tech.
I have Zubats is going to give the fans pizza by missing 2 free throws. How about that? Chris?
You know what? I think Jonas Valanciunas will make a 3-pointer tonight.
Valanciunas 3. Okay, we got another game coming up this weekend.
We do. We just talked about Phoenix. Matt Ishbia isn't very good as an owner. Devin Booker is Chris's favorite player, but boy, he has a punchable face.
All right. Who will be the
really more of a philosophical one?
Yeah.
I wasn't breaking news there.
Who will be the Kings' leading scorer on Sunday's game, the final game of the regular season?
That's going to be Zach LaVine with 39.
LaVine 39. I have LaVine 26.
DeRozan 25.
DeMar DeRozan.
Who will score the last Kings field goal of the regular season? Not free throw, field goal. Last basket.
I'm going to say Devin Carter.
I've got Jones, Colin, Dr. Jones, Isaac Jones.
Hey. Can I say that was going to be my pick, but I forgot his name.
Okay.
I'm going to say Valanciunas.
I was thinking that one guy that, like, kind of is on the team.
And then the random stat you're picking for that day.
Random stat is that DeMar DeRozan will address the crowd.
Okay. Good call.
Thank you.
Call.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I have that the Kings and A's are going to win at the same time on Sunday. They're both going to win on Sunday.
The A's and Kings.
Both playing at home, same time.
Yeah.
Saying they're both going to win on Sunday.
Simultaneously.
Yep.
Light the green. Wait.
Chris?
If the Kings win, that's usually the case outside of Golden Wire.
Yeah, that's true.
I am going to say Devin Booker will score 40 or more points in a loss.
40 or more in loss. Okay. There you go. We have time for streaking?
I think we do.
Very quickly.
Very quickly, everybody.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing?
We're streaking!
All right, we're all at 0, so we all started fresh. Not as many games yesterday, Dave. You took from the Milwaukee Brewers Sal Frelick. He came in later, but he didn't get a plate appearance. You're clean.
Safe.
Nothing. No hits.
You
no.
could have had a not hit, like you're not getting a streak regardless.
Well, whatever.
So you stay at 0. I was at 0. I took Stephen Kwan from the Cleveland Guardians. He got up 5 times. He got 4 hits, a home run, and 4 RBI.
Jeez.
My average has jumped to 260.
You were at 200 yesterday.
And then Chris took Rafael Devers, and he got up 5 times, and he got 2 hits.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow.
So Chris is batting 304. I'm at 260. Dave, you are still at 250. You're at 0. I'm at 1. Chris is at 1. Who are you picking today?
In celebration of the A's hosting the Mets at Sutter Health, give me the poor guy, Juan Soto.
Okay. I'm taking also from the Metropolitan, Starling Marte.
Oh.
I am also taking for the Mets, Peter Alonso.
Okay. Wow, we don't take the home team.
Wow.
I mean, it's gonna feel like a home game for the Mets.
Good point.
Wow, shots at Sacramento fans.
Yeah.
Shot at Yellow County fans.
Wow. What is that, man?
Yeah. Sacramento who?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Athletic fans.
We'll take a break. Everybody clean up the table, maybe spritz some cologne on, get dressed, because a doctor joins us at the top of the hour. Sac State President, Dr. Luke Wood, coming up next.
Tonight, Kings and Clippers. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip-off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's happening for the Jeep Celebration event?
I'm excited about this, or should I say my wife is. 20,000 off MSRP on the brand new 2025 Jeep Wagoneer S. She had a chance to drive one, and she loves it. And I've not heard from anyone who doesn't love their new Wagoneer. And we have a great selection and more on the way.
I will admit, I sat in one, and it feels very luxurious.
It's nice having such a great option to help get the family wherever they need to go. And if you're looking for something else, we have you covered there, too. People love our new certified pre-owned supercenter with over 200 vehicles available and over 50 under $20,000.
Whatever you need, you can get it at Hoblet. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
20,000 total net savings after 14,000 factory rebates and 6,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 7,000 CDJ federal tax credit offered by third party and subject to change without notice. Consult tax professional for eligibility. Through this net savings, sample VIN 562-884. See dealer for details.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Nia.
Hi, Nia. It's Jennifer. Did you know that Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. I was just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year?
Oh, you get me, Nia.
You could say that I double get you.
I guess we've taken it too far.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Napoleon Stainless Steel Prestige 500 connected propane grill with infrared side and rear burner is a dynamic evolution in grilling. Featuring Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivity, it brings you closer to your grilling experience than ever before. The Napoleon Connected lets you monitor temperatures, set timers, and receive high temp warnings all from your smartphone. With temperature probes and LCD display, you'll always know exactly what's happening inside your grill. Napoleon's LED control knobs even illuminate for nighttime, entertaining and feature safety glow. Napoleon Grills. Simply the best.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Capital Casino, conveniently located on 411th North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right. I said it earlier. I'm looking around the studio here, Jason. It said clean everything up. We dressed up today. It's not every day that you see the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a president.
A doctor and a president? I don't even know how to address this guy. Your Honor, Your Highness. Joining us right now, the president of Sacramento State University, Dr. Luke Wood. Doc, it's me. It's Jason. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, brothers.
Look, I'm just saying, we have people on StreamYard a lot that join us via video. Look at the background.
Yeah.
The fade in the background, everything.
It's professional.
Honest to goodness. Now, when I first heard you were coming on, Doc, I said, I've got this ankle issue. But it's a different doctor, though, right? It's not. Is it medical? I don't know. I've got the ankle issue. Maybe some advice at some point. You do everything.
Yeah, I'm not the kind of doctor that you want to have help you in a medical situation, but I'm the kind of doctor that you want to have help you learn.
You're the kind of doctor I want if our hometown school wants to be on a national stage. And the work that you and your team have done, look, for a long time, but over the last year, there are a lot of doubters out there, and I don't mind saying, I mean, I raised an eyebrow a couple times too. God, how are they going to do this? But I know you're not there yet. I know you're not close to being where you want to be, but you have to sometimes take a step back, I would imagine, and be very proud of what you've done.
Well, I mean, in a pretty short period of time, we have put Sacramento State on the national stage in athletics. Now, obviously, like you said, we're nowhere near where we want to be, but I think that we're showing that there's a trajectory that elevates Sacramento State to a big name in sports, and we can be there, and we will be there.
Yeah, just recently, to your point, we wouldn't always see Sacramento State mentioned on the front page of ESPN.com or a national on the scroll, or in people talking about moves that the university has made, and one of them you guys applied to go FBS via the independent route. Let's kind of, if we start there, because we heard rumors about Pac-12, maybe Mountain West. Why might this be a route that seems the best suited for the Hornets?
Well, it's best suited for the Hornets for a lot of reasons, right? So first of all, let me explain for those who don't understand. So we're an FCS football team, and which means that we're in the championship series, and we want to be in the bowl series. We want to be at the highest level of D1. And right now, all of our sports, all of our 20 of our 21 athletic teams compete at the highest level, D1. The only one that doesn't is football. And so we want our football players to be able to have that opportunity. So obviously we've looked at conferences, we've had conversations with just about every major conference in the country. But what it really came down to is this whole notion of an independent route where we can control our own future, our own destiny, and have control over who we play in our schedule. And so just thinking about like that commitment, most universities would fail at trying to go independent, right? In fact, if you think about it, there's only 2 universities in the country that are independent right now, UConn and Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, of course, has a scheduling agreement with the ACC. But what makes Sacramento unique is that we are the only top 20 media market in the nation that doesn't have an FBS football team. And we're also in a really unimpacted market. Obviously, there's the Kings. There's Sacramento State football. We've got the A's here for a few years. Hopefully, something continues with professional baseball. But we have kind of a more open market. And so our ability to be able to leverage that market without a lot of competition. There's not like there's 20 universities within our region. It's us and our folks and our colleagues across the causeway. So we have the ability to leverage our region in a way that really very few other areas in the country could. So being independent means we control our destiny. We get to control which teams we want to play. And then we get to show and demonstrate the value of our media market. So 2, 3, 4 years from now, we're in the kind of conference we want to be, or we continue down this path.
And Doc, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago, Jason and I, actually last week. When you look at we'll just stick to football, the traditional powerhouses, your Ohio State, Florida, Alabama, Florida State, Texas. It's not New York, Chicago, and LA. It's Columbus, it's Austin, it's Gainesville, it's Tallahassee. These are all markets that are either competitive with Sacramento, or in most cases, Sacramento is a bigger market. So it's not like the NBA or NFL where it's New York, LA, Chicago predominantly. Most of your big powerhouses are in, should I say, Sacramento-esque cities. I got to imagine that factors into the optimism there.
Yeah, I mean, what factors into the optimism is that the community support that we have from the Sac-12. I mean, if you think about it, some of the most influential political business leaders, excuse me, in our entire region are part of the Sac-12 and are helping to propel these efforts. Obviously, we've got the media market. And then I would also say that the other secret sauce we have is one of the best ADs, if not the best AD in the country, with Mark Orr. Mm-hmm. So if you look at his success as an athletic director and how many of our teams have been successful, like we have some unique things that allow us to be able to be in a position that I don't really think anyone else could benefit from. In fact, I would say that the vast majority of universities that would say, hey, we want to be independent in football, I would say that that's laughable. But for us, it's not laughable. It's actually a realistic endeavor.
As we're talking with Sacramento State President Dr. Luke Wood here. So the media market, I've always felt was the biggest chip you guys have at Sacramento State. How do you capture that? Let's say if the independent part works, if the NCAA accepts that filing, you guys proceed, you go forward. If you're attached to a conference, totally see how a major network says, yeah, the Hornets are part of the Pac-12 or they're part of the Mountain West. How do you capture that as a media market, maybe get that media deal you're looking for if you are an independent out here in Sacramento?
Yeah, we're already working on that. So we've got a consultant company that we're working with. They're exploring and having conversations as we speak. I mean, even I was just got off the phone with them. It's going to be, we're looking at everything. We're looking at traditional media. We're looking at streaming options, but we're going to get whatever is the best value for our campus and our community. And we're going to be able to, and one of the things that they're all telling us is the fact that we're independent makes us far more interesting to them because we can play the teams that they want to see. And because we're not tied to anyone like you would be with a conference. And so there is an incredible benefit for us that just wouldn't be realized in another location. So we're looking at all those options right now. But let me say this, and I think that most people, when they see us putting this emphasis on athletics, they don't realize something very important. The total media payout that Sacramento State gets right now from being in the Big Sky for all 21 of our athletic teams is $100,000 a year. So we're talking about right now, every conversation we're talking about is in the millions, not in $100,000. So this is a smart move for us, both strategically and financially.
Not to get too in the woods here, no pun intended, but as we talked to Dr. Luke Wood, president of Sac State, years ago, we had invited some local folk that knew what they were talking about when it came to the growth of Sac State specifically, but I think we also had some UC Davis folk as well. And I'm born and raised here. Look, I think this is a college town that in some aspects doesn't know it yet. You've seen written about Kings audiences before that opposing teams will say it's a college-like atmosphere. I don't think that's a coincidence. This is a town that is built for college sports. One of the things they mentioned is endowment. I didn't understand that, but how important, at least at the time, that was for the overall growth of the university when it comes to a national stage. And I'm just looking at Wikipedia 2023. It says Sac State's endowment $93 million. I'm sure that's different now, but when you're looking at a lot of these, $800 million, $1 billion, just crazy numbers. Is that a little bit behind the eight ball for us, or are there strategies now to kind of overcome that hurdle, even if it isn't one?
No, we're way behind the eight ball. I would say that it's about $100 million right now. That's not a big endowment at all. And especially if you think about, like, right now we're in a state budget reduction. So you would think that, a lot of institutions that are bigger institutions could rely upon their endowment to help, because, those things are cyclical. Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't do that in the same way as other institutions. But part of what other institutions have done is that they focus on how can we generate revenue. And one of the ways that you can generate revenue is athletics. It's not the only way. You can do contract training. You can recruit students from out of state or internationally because they pay double the rate. So there are levers that you can pull. But in order to be able to get there, you have to be more entrepreneurial. And historically, Sacramento State has not been an entrepreneurial institution. And so, part of what is even pushing us further to want to do what we're doing and bringing in the great coaches that we're bringing in, like Mike Bibby for basketball and Brennan Marion for football, and what we're doing is we're elevating Sacramento State sports, but the revenue, about 15% of it, we've said that 15% of all the new revenue that's generated is actually going to go back to the university to support academics. And so what we're doing is we're using the asset that we have. You said it already. We're a college town, right? And it does feel like that because you've got Sacramento State, you've got Davis. And if you talk to someone in the community, everyone in this community either graduated from one of those institutions or has a family member that graduated from one of those institutions. So why not leverage what's already sitting right in front of us?
Mm-hmm.
What's the obviously, if this jump all comes to fruition for you guys, there's facilities upgrades you guys have been working on. I know it's at your press conference about the new stadium and the future for that. What's the latest you can tell everybody on the football stadium?
Yeah, so football stadium is in progress. Everything is going smoothly. We just got back a next set of conceptual renderings from, not conceptual, but actual renderings from Populous, which is the architecture firm that we've been working with. We are also making upgrades in advance of the new stadium. So for this upcoming season, we're investing in a number of things that are meant to improve the fan experience in the meantime. So, the seats are going to look different and be much more comfortable than they've been. We're going to have new restrooms, new concessions. We have a whole new lighting system that's going in, new video board, ribbon boards on the field, changes to the track to make it look more presentable. So we're doing some pretty significant investments in the athletic facility to create a better experience, because I'm not counting on averaging 15,000 fans a game this season. I'm counting on averaging 20 or more.
Dr. Luke Wood joining us, president of Sac State. One thing that made me smile in this whole process, you and I are fairly new friends. We've gotten to know each other over the last few months, but I know your brother quite well.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sorry.
well, you're both incredibly smart. Whatever they put in the water or whatever has worked. And he was very instrumental. One of those behind the scenes guys that never gets credit in the whole fight for the Sacramento Kings. It's a different thing. It's a different goal. But I smile a little bit, Doc, because I see some similarities. Maybe it's the gumption, the guts, the creativity, the shift on the fly. But I do see some second cousins, if you will, between the playing to win strategies and the Sac-12 strategies.
Oh, I mean, I got to say, all in our text string between all of us is PTW. We're playing to win. And, a lot of folks don't understand that a lot of the people who are involved in helping us right now with doing what we're doing at Sacramento State are the same folks who fought to save the Kings. Yeah. I could go, I'm not going to list names because it'd actually be too long to list them all. But every single person who was core to that campaign has been involved in this campaign meaningfully and is directing things either in front of the scenes or behind the scenes, helping us get this done. So people may think that we're out there on our own. No, we've got a whole community of folks who saved the Kings, and now we're going to elevate Sac State.
I'd be curious so you've talked to all these conferences. Some people may know about Sac State, maybe they don't, but they've certainly seen what you guys have done here locally. You mentioned it, hiring Coach Mary and hiring Coach Mike Bibby. Billboards are everywhere. Sometimes you got to spend money to make money. So when you're talking to other conference commissioners, other people that are decision makers around, what are you hearing as maybe some that doubt what you're doing and others that are supporting what you're doing? What are kind of you hearing from other people around the nation?
I don't think I've talked to a single conference commissioner who hasn't said, we love what you're doing and we're rooting for you. I mean, everyone loves like this, think about it. We're the Rudy of college football right now, right? But we're not talking about a player. We're talking about an entire team, an entire campus, an entire community. And people are getting behind it because they see what we've been able to do in a short period of time. I mean, think about it. Last year, we were, 3-8, 3-9? We had a terrible football season. And in just that short time frame, we're building a stadium. We've hired a new football coach. We've had the Sac-12 raise an ungodly sum of money for us if we can transition to the Pac-12. And even if we don't, some of that is activated if we transition to FBS football in general. We've applied for our transition for our waiver. We've applied for our transition to become a full member of FBS. I mean, what else could people look for than the things that we've been doing to show that, like, hey, we're not just talking about it. People say, do you like to talk about things or do things? I say I like to do things and then talk about them.
It's a lot of great stuff there. Sticking with the radio voice, though, that's a decision. Sorry, I had to do it. Doc, a lot of what you're saying, we're the Rudy. It's a we.
Yeah,
we're the Rudy. We're the underdogs. It really does kind of tap in to the lifeblood of this city, does it not? Surrounded by giants, overlooked. A flyover city, not a flyover state, that type of thing. So I imagine in a lot of your conversations, especially with real locals, you're getting a lot of people kind of rubbing their hands together like, yeah, we've been doing this our whole lives.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I think people are tired of seeing Sacramento feel like a next tier city when we know that we offer something that's special. Like, I don't want to continue to be in another conversation where someone says, oh, yeah, Sacramento is great. It's not that far from the Bay and not that far from Reno. If that's our biggest selling point, then we should be ashamed of ourselves. But the truth is, we all know that's not our biggest selling point. It's an amazing city. It's a great place to live. We've got, 2 great universities. We've got the Kings. We've got all these things that are moving in the right direction. You see what folks are doing in the rail yards, right? So we're building this up to be a sports town. And, there's a lot of people working together to kind of transform the image of the city. I think there'll be people who will always be like, yeah, we're proud that we were once a cow town. And I think it's okay to be proud of where you come from, but where we come from is not where we're going.
As far as the timeline goes, when do you think you guys as the university might hear back from the NCAA about your filings for independence?
We're planning to hear back this semester. We think that, so first of all, the process looked like this. So we submitted our waiver to basically transition to FBS as an independent institution in February. Then the NC2A came back and said, well, it's hard for us to consider the waiver by itself. We really need to see the full application. So we submitted the full application with the waiver. At first, it goes to the FBS so it's a subdivision council or committee. That's going to happen hopefully within the next several weeks. Then from there, it goes to the full D1 council. We will know this semester where we will be. So before summer begins, everyone will know not just where Sacramento State is for football, but for all of our other sports and Olympic sports.
How much, if anything, has the NIL landscape changed things in this process? It feels like it's not a coincidence in some aspects that, especially when you're talking about attracting talent and you got to win at some point. I don't want to say it's easier now because you got to raise the money, but there's a different path now for Sac State to attract athletic talent other than, hey, come live here. It's the best kept secret in California.
Yeah, I mean, I think NIL has been incredibly beneficial for Sacramento State. I'm going to also say something that might surprise you. I think the transfer portal has been incredibly beneficial for Sacramento State. We have a community that does want to support our athletic teams, but then with the House settlement that will be coming up, we all know that it won't just be NIL, but then there's also rev share that the campus can do. So if the university is, let's say, making money from football, some of those monies can go back to supporting those players. That's a radical transformation from the time when I was in college and, we had Amy out there just destroying it on the field, right? That was it was amazing. But think about him, like people like Amy and people like Cyrus, like these are guys who had their jerseys being sold on campus and didn't get a dime from it. Right now, we can sell their jersey. They can get money from that helps support them and helps draw them in. So it's a combination of both rev share and NIL being external, rev share being internal, but you put those two together, that's community support, institutional support, and it can help you bring in better athletes. But then the other thing is this transfer portal. Now, obviously, Sac State lost Scadaboo. And at the same time, you know what? I'm glad for him. I'm glad that he was able to come, be involved at Sacramento State, succeed here and go on to ASU, which happens to be my other alma mater. So, maybe that's why I'm not sad about it. But, but I'm glad that he got to do that. But that's also before this current era that we're in. Sacramento State's not the same Sacramento State that he played at. In terms of what we're doing on campus. If you think about the transfer portal, it has historically been, or just what it has historically been, where universities lose great players. But what we're finding is a lot of the great players are now reverse transferring back to Sacramento because of this FBS transition. The minute we announced that we were going to go FBS, it radically changed what was happening. Brennan Marion was already essentially destroying it with his recruitment, had the best FCS recruiting class in the country. But then once we made that announcement that we had submitted the app, more individuals were being interested in Sacramento State because they want to be at home. They didn't leave because they wanted to leave. They left because they had to. So, you're going to see another campaign coming up really soon that says, and you're going to see a bunch of professional athletes who are from Sacramento, and you're going to see them saying, if Sacramento State was FBS, I could have stayed home. Wow. And it's going to be a signal to all those great athletes in the local area. Don't look somewhere else. Come and be a hometown hero.
Yeah. Well, fans are going to get a first chance on Sunday to see the new look football team, all those recruits that Coach Marion has brought in, the guys that are returning, the spring game, which I know is this even already has a different feel coming up on Sunday. It's going to be a big production out there at the stadium, 4:00. Tell us a little bit about what Hornet fans can see when they head out there on Sunday.
Yeah, so gates open up at 3:30. It's at 4:00 is our spring game. For those who don't know what a spring game is, it's essentially, we're talking about practice. I'm saying that in my Ted Lasso voice, right? but that's essentially what it is. Basically, we take the team, we split them up into a red team, or not a red team, but a green team and a white team. The coaches divide them. You've got offensive and defensive for both. And then we have a scoring system so we can determine who the winner is. So essentially it's a within team scrimmage, but it's an opportunity, more importantly, to see the players. It's an opportunity to meet the coaches, to see this go-go offense that everybody's been talking about, that everybody's trying to figure out what it is, and to really have a good time. And then we're also going to have Blue Bucks Clan, which is a hip-hop group that's going to be doing a performance at halftime. So think about it. You got food. You've got even some folks coming to do a tailgate. You've got a football game. You got a concert, and it's all for free this Sunday. So I tell folks, if you're having a barbecue at the house or you're getting out of a church service, get done and come on over to Sac State.
Hey, and it's great weather too.
That's gonna be nice. Yeah,
Look,
really nice.
I want to end on a positive note, but tough subject. We got a break here. The news broke yesterday that Coach Mike Bibby has hired, I think, his first assistant, Coach Tom Abeta Marco. Doc, Coach T, I was basically his rookie here 20 years ago when he was on the air. I can't begin to tell you, I had to go get LaBoo all the time, donuts, bagels, and all that. I've never asked you for anything, but down the road, I may need to lean on you to keep him in line. So if you and I could be together on that, I'd appreciate it.
I'm with you. I got your back.
Thank you, brother. Hey, Dr. Luke Wood, you're doing wonderful work. You and your brother, I know you don't want to, we'll give him the credit instead.
No,
but
we can give him credit too. I love my brother. And
yeah, the two
true.
You guys have had such a great impact on the city, and it's just starting. So we appreciate it. We're here to help as well. Obviously, Jason's gung ho, but we are a home for you, as you know. Anything we can do, because we all benefit from this, and really admire what you're doing out there, Doc. Seriously.
Well, as we close out, I want to just give you all an invitation. Our well basketball gym will be done and finished at the end of this month. So I'd love for you all to come out in early May and come see what we put together, so that you can see that the investments in athletic facilities is not solely around football and soccer and rugby, but it's also around men's and women's basketball and gymnastics and volleyball as well.
It's a date.
Awesome.
We're there. Nice job powering through that car alarm, by the way. That's a pro right there. Don't think we didn't notice that. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, absolutely. Stingers up.
All right,
Stingers up.
Thank you. Take care. That is Dr. Luke Wood. We're late for a break, but it was worth it. When we come back, what to watch, celebrity birthdays. Jason, that was good stuff.
It was.
That was
lots
really
of info there.
We're right back after this. Word from my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Thanks once again to Dr. Luke Wood. We've already had people ask about it. Yeah, that interview will be available shortly, I think shortly after the show. Chris is always really good about this, on our YouTube page. Just go to Sacktown Sports and yeehaw. All right, look, talking about the greater Sacramento area with college athletics. How about the greater Sacramento area with heating and air? Those are our friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Been in business since 1981. And, man, they've been Division I. They've won national championships, at least locally, I guess. The analogy doesn't make sense. They've done it all. But without growing huge, they're the family-owned and operated HVAC place out there, always giving you phenomenal deals, always making sure you're taken care of even after the work is done. Join the club out there. They actually do have a little membership club, and that's going to get you your tune-ups and your inspections throughout the year, put you at the front of the line in case anything bad happens, anything unfortunate with your air conditioner or your furnace. And you want to make sure you're ready for everything this summer, because it is going to be a hot one. Yeah, you know that. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We're back. Celebrity birthdays, what to watch, and then Friday Fun and Games next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for three, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
For your home internet, choose more speed and less frustration. Fidium Fiber Internet was built for reliability. It's perfect for streaming sports, watching TV, and working from home. Check out FidiumFiber.com for speeds up to 2 gigs.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Insurance companies perform a very valuable service, but they want to keep their money. Although most cases settle before trial, it is paramount that the insurance companies know that if pressed, your legal team has the experience to take your case all the way. For 25 years, Ashton & Price has earned the reputation that if the insurance company isn't fair, we're ready to force them to be fair. My mom used to warn me, wait till dad gets home. Think of us as dad. The best part, there's no fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Saving for retirement was tough enough for us.
Yes, and navigating markets can be challenging at times.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we take a disciplined approach with your investments.
Tell us more about that.
We take an active approach to money management, positioning your portfolio for opportunities we see ahead.
So all your clients get the same portfolio?
No, we tailor your portfolio to your individual goals and needs.
What about communication? We don't like being left in the dark.
We check in regularly to keep you informed on the markets and your portfolio.
Which means you'll help us stay on track.
Yes, our goal is your comfortable retirement. And as a fiduciary, we always put your interests first, because we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million+ products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Chris.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
I was telling Chris he was quick on that Stingers Up. He was ready to go. You were delayed.
I didn't
You didn't do it. I did it.
I didn't see in the photo. Am I missing it? But I didn't see you.
I
do it. Behind.
I just was behind. Yeah. Chris was like right on top.
I mean, guys that go to Sac State.
Almost in unison.
Up.
Oh, wow. I was high school dropout. Thanks for pointing that one out.
Not too late.
Wish I could have gone to Sac State.
You still can.
Yeah, why can't you?
God, that's actually funny. What would I have to do?
Apply?
Don't you have to have like a high school diploma first?
I don't know.
Probably.
GED. You got that, right?
Can you get it now? Why would I get a GED? I didn't need
Real
it.
tight shipper running here.
Yeah.
You know the president.
I do, but like, even if I got a GED, don't you have to? My grades were when I went to school were not great in high school. You gotta have something.
Maybe you have to take a few courses to get you prepared for it.
So maybe a couple years at a community college.
Maybe not even that far. Who knows?
I'm not even majoring at this point. Basket weaving. So my dad would always say, "You're gonna go to underwater basket."
Yeah, why was it?
Joke's on you. I'm not going to college, Dad.
You know what's funny? That was like, oh, what are you taking? Underwater basket weaving. Wouldn't that be difficult?
Yes, and also, I guess maybe that's the point. What would be the point of having a basket underwater?
Right. But I think that would be harder than people like. That's an easy class.
Is there an overwater basket? Are there basket weaving classes at all? I don't know. Well, Clippers Kings tonight. None of them have to worry about. Well, I guess they do have to weave a basket.
Yeah,
weave the ball into the basket, and
they have to shoot it the right way.
Yep.
You okay?
No, I couldn't read this. Oh, Raptors at Mavericks.
He broke. What happened to Dave? He broke.
I was thinking of this joke that someone told.
What was it?
My friend has a dog. It's okay. Mets and A's. A's hosting the Mets.
Yes.
And
He likes to hide under chairs.
Giants and Yankees. Giants said,
Go Yankees.
Oh, you know.
Oh, you almost said it.
Oh, you almost got me.
Yeah.
And also, Masters, day 2 is underway. We've got a scoreboard update for you. As you might remember, Justin Rose was the big leader. He still is the big leader, but look who's rising up the leaderboard, Bryson DeChambeau.
Hey,
sole possession of second place. Okay. Sorry, I just got a text on my watch from our boss saying, hey, you have some time after the show to meet with me and the big boss. I didn't see the second half. It's totally fine, but that's just, that'll throw you. The answer is yes, by the way. I do have time. Let's see. McCarty and Sanjay M at 5 under, and Ludwig Oberg even. He is in a big pile with Scotty Scheffler, who tees off in about an hour at 4 under. But there are some numbers being put up. I'm trying to see, do they have, projected cut is +1. So as of right now, amongst the names right on the cut line, Dustin Johnson, Patrick Cantlay, John Rahm, former champ Zach Johnson. In fact, I believe 3, I can't remember if Cantlay won it or not, but 3 of those 4 at least are Will Zalatoris, Phil Mickelson, Tony Finau, and Sergio Garcia, amongst others, who would be cut if play ended right now. So get ready for moving day. All right. Celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Nothing says birthdays like family and friends, and Jason's a family and a friend.
Okay, there you go. On this date, in what year did Oops, I Did It Again come out?
The song?
Yeah.
Oh, Britney Spears. 1995.
1997.
2000.
What?
Wow.
Oh, Oops, I Did It Again. I think we're thinking of
Baby One More Time. Yeah, you're right.
On this date, in what year did the movie Joe Dirt come out?
I can work this out.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Joe Dirt came out in April 11th, 2000.
I'm going to say it came out in 1999.
Might be right.
2001.
Oh.
And how about the show favorite movie, Draft Day?
Ugh.
Wow. Thought everybody loved
2011?
2018.
Dave's closer, 2014.
Wow, Chris, you were way.
Oh, because I saw it on my England trip. It was the England trip.
We get it. You went to England.
Happy birthday to Mark Teixeira.
Mark Teixeira is 52.
46.
Chris is closer, 45. Jason Varitek.
52.
Varitek is 51.
Dave is closer, 53. Jake Browning, local product.
Hey, Jake Browning, 28.
27.
Dave's closer, 29. A couple over the weekend. It's not a great day today. Let's go to Ed O'Neill. Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, black belt in jiu-jitsu. He is 73.
I think he's older.
I think you're right.
Chris is closer, 79. David Letterman.
David Letterman, I think he might be 79 too.
He's 78.
Our correct answer, Christopher Lodge, 78. Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia is 73.
62.
Okay. 69 for Andy Garcia. He's a little closer there. Let's go with Claire Danes.
Claire Danes is Claire Danes is 50.
48.
Chris is closer, 46. Hunter Pence this weekend.
Hunter Pence is 40.
He is 37.
Dave's closer, 42. And Lions coach Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell is 45.
54.
Uh-oh.
Dave's closer, 49.
Aha!
Yeah.
Nailed it. All right, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, hey, we'll continue our Friday fun and games and wrap up the weekend. Coming up right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
The wait is over. River Cats baseball is back. Whether you're cheering on your team with friends or enjoying a fun night out with the family, Sutter Health Park is the place to be. With exciting giveaways, great food, and plenty of entertainment, join us for another year of River Cats memories all season long. Don't miss the first games of 2025. Grab your tickets today at rivercats.com.
It's the final days of the spring sales event. Drive home your new Honda before the deals and the new Hondas disappear. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Kevin Hart with some exciting news. I am coming to a city near you. My new tour is called Acting My Age, and I want to see you there. Come out, have a good night, a good time. It's all new material in a much, much more intimate setting. Go get your tickets and head to KevinHartNation.com now.
Comedy superstar Kevin Hart brings his new tour, Acting My Age, to the venue at Thunder Valley on Saturday, April 26th. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com and KevinHartNation.com.
I love this time of year when the azaleas begin to bloom and the singing birds' sweet dawn chorus remind us that blue skies and sunshine are at hand. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. In sports, the definition for the word master is one who's achieved a high degree of skill, and that will be on display in the highly anticipated golf tournament. In the furniture business, a master is a highly skilled craftsman, an artist even, whose work is coveted by those who appreciate design, quality, and durability. John Keyes was the mastermind of Naturewood Home Furnishings. He knew that you wanted your home to reflect your personal style, whether that was a plain coffee table or a masterpiece for you to enjoy forever. That's why when you walk into Naturewood Home Furnishings, you'll find the largest and best selection of the highest quality home furnishings in Northern California. Masterful. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Well, there's nothing more exciting for a team than to see the potential of a number one pick come to fruition. Now, we know it's early, it's just after 11 games, but Tyler Soderstrom from Turlock High was number 3 in the American League in batting at .381 and tied for first in homers with 6. And Jacob Wilson, number 4 in batting at .366.
Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business with reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solution, and Wi-Fi backup. Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. For details on special offers, including free professional installation and up to a $500 Visa prepaid card on qualifying internet bundles, log on to business.comcast.com. Comcast Business, powering possibility.
Save $12,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Silverado 1500 LT at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter after all rebates. And Maida Chevy still has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area with $12,000 off new Silverado exclusively at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
5 new savings was trade in 2011 or newer. Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers.
Made a great deal at Maida. We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
And we're back. Would you? Yeah. Louder? Yeah, a little louder, please, and louder. And there we go. And we're back. We had this.
That's impacting me.
It is?
Yeah, I'm in the same one.
Oh, is that really loud for you?
Kind of.
Here.
No, it's all right.
I'll meet you halfway, Kenny Loggins style. Jason and I are sharing a plug. Can't hear.
Jeez, I can't hear.
Welcome back. Chris is in here. Something's going on. And move the.
He can't say it.
My camera.
Yeah,
sorry.
Exactly.
Hey, Brennan.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Your thoughts on the new Sacramento Gold Diggers hat?
Well, I thought it was hilarious that, we weren't allowed to say this until 10 p.m. yesterday or 10 a.m. Excuse me.
Thank God.
Yeah. So I specifically told Jason, I was like, there is a care package there for us. We are not allowed to talk about it on the morning show. I'm going to need you to hide this from Dave.
Yeah.
Because if Dave sees the Sacramento Gold Diggers, he's going to have to talk about it.
He's honestly
and I don't blame you.
No,
I don't blame
made
you.
the right
good
move.
knowledge.
This was here yesterday.
It was.
Yes. It was.
That's a really good move.
Yeah.
Because I'm, look at the keys.
Right.
I'm wearing
the chain's beautiful.
It really is.
Is it heavy?
Honestly,
work on the neck.
Kind of is. I feel like I just won Defensive Player of the Game.
Yeah. Good job. Good effort.
Yeah, and so much more. Okay. Well, Jason, we're happy to have Brandon in always, and you're filling in for the Allen Styles.
I am. Luckily, I'm only going to be in studio for an hour and then head to Tom's. I have a poor sense of smell, but I don't. I get the sense it's not the greatest in here, and I'm worried about being in here for 4 hours after you in your chair.
Long week, not me. It's mostly the afternoon guys, but let's be honest. And when you say you're going to Tom's, you don't mean KNCI Hall of Famer Tom Maley.
I do not. Tom's Watch Bar down in Doco.
Okay,
and I will be there from 11 to 1 or 11 to 2, and then. Not going to Sacramento, actually. Me, Frankie, and Chris are all splitting up. Frankie will be at the Sacramento game. Chris will be at the other Sacramento game, the A's. Well, maybe not the whatever you want to call it.
Whatever they are.
And I will be out at Stockton for the G League Finals.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Their last home game, no matter what.
Yeah.
Live and local. Sacktown Sports is everywhere.
Yeah.
Me too.
Shout out as we go to Friday Fun and Games. Shout out to our boss, Jose. I remember I told you about that text. Hey, you have some time for me and the big boss? He just followed up with all positive, FYI. That's a veteran move.
You need that.
He knows how my head is.
I got the same text.
Yeah.
Not positive.
Because you're a pro. Oh.
Well, he can't tell you. No,
you can take it, right? That's what we're getting at.
It's a very special Tuesday episode
so
of the program.
Could be the final Friday Fun Games.
All right. Well, hopefully not, but if so, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Friday Fun and Games brought to you by Employment.
Yeah.
It's better than not.
It could be yours.
Could
if you're
be
listening
yours.
out there.
That's right.
You can own this.
All right.
Maybe you.
What do we got today?
Today we are going to do wavelength. See how close we're on the same wavelength. We have Brendan in here today. We'll see how he does with us. So, Dave, you're going to go first. Remember the game. We're going to pick a number between 1 and 10. We're not going to tell you the number. You ask us questions, and we try to describe what you ask us and see if you can gauge what the number is between 1 and 10.
And I'm sorry I have to keep asking this, but I always get
10 is the
confused.
highest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to
10
leave
is
the
the
room.
best.
You don't have to leave the room. Just take your headphones off and don't look, and we will.
And I'm trying to remember what. Okay.
Yeah. So we will go.
Okay. All right.
The number is 4. Okay. So the audience knows you didn't hear that, Dave. I don't think.
Didn't hear what?
Okay. Perfect.
Exactly.
All right. So now you can ask any of us a question, Kyle, Brennan, me, Chris. And then you'll go around, ask everybody a question. Then, like, hey, say this number in a Kings player.
Sure. Can I start with anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start with Christopher Laud.
Because we're trying to get you on the same wavelength. See if we can get you to get the guess.
The artistry of Morrissey.
Oh my gosh.
Like what his number 4 song would be?
Chris, you just said the number.
Oh my God.
The bad thing is he didn't even realize it.
He didn't. I didn't either, to be fair.
By the way, hey, are you okay?
Do you have a guess, Dave?
What the question?
You know what? Let's do it with the number. You know the number.
It's just saying, like, rank on a scale from 1 to 10, like the artistry of Morrissey is what I was looking for.
I don't even know what that question means.
Hey, as an artist, Morrissey is
well.
an 8 in your book, 9, a 10.
But
So
you
an
have to guess
artist-
the number.
No, it would be like you'd ask me a Kings player, right? And I would say, let's say Trey Lyles, I think is equivalent to a 4. And you have to like piece together, based on what our answers
Maybe
are.
Brendan should go first.
Okay, maybe Brendan should go first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
all right, Chris.
Yeah.
All right,
left
Dave.
here.
Yeah. What's the number? You don't say it out loud. Okay, we're ready.
All right.
We're ready. We've
All right.
got
All right.
got a number.
I feel like you didn't have to whisper it because I held up my hand, but
Well, for the audience listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
playing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There are people listening.
All right. But don't ask me the first question because I think I got it, but I'm not sure. Ask one of these two.
Okay.
Maybe Kyle too. Whoever you feel will help you the best.
Yeah.
And you can ask everyone one question.
I guess we'll start with you, Jason.
Okay.
I am going to go sports here. I mean,
Okay.
I'll just use the first example that I just said, like of a current Kings player.
Current Kings player. Let's go with Isaac Jones.
Okay.
I don't see how that's different from my Morrissey question, to be honest, but okay.
I don't know.
Well, all right.
I don't know.
Okay.
A little different.
Yeah.
Verlad, let's go fast food restaurants.
Fast food restaurants. I will say
I was hoping he'd slip up again.
We just talked about it earlier.
Arby's.
This is not a high number.
What are you feeling? Just
I'm
checking
feeling
in.
like we might have repeated the number or gone a little lower.
Okay,
I'm
that's
thinking
fine.
like a 3
All right.
here.
You
I'm
can
thinking
keep
like a
asking
3.
Kyle and
That
Dave.
might even be high. Maybe a 2 here.
All right. Let's see. See if these hones you in on it.
Dave, let's do what's a good one here? Maybe like a pair of shoes. Type of shoes.
Brand of shoes.
New Balance.
This is not a high number.
Yeah, you got
fellas.
Kyle to close it out.
Kyle, let's do.
Just beheaded Bobby.
You did. This has been a great version.
Kyle, let's do an artist, musician.
No, you can't.
No, but you. Yeah.
Yours was very specific.
I'll take Kelly Clarkson.
Okay, so what are you feeling?
I'm gonna go 2.
You were actually closer when you first started.
Yeah.
Your initial instinct.
3.
pal.
We repeated the same number.
4.
Repeated the same number. How do I know what number
Arby's
is
threw me
4?
off. I don't know about Arby's being a 4.
How do I know what number it is? Brandon, what's coming up on the
Smoothest
show?
edition.
We got plenty to dive into. Kings set to play Dallas. We're gonna have a Dallas guest on a little bit later. Chris Watkins gonna join the show, and we're gonna revisit some grades for the season. Kind of grade everybody on the roster a little bit. It's trying to figure out what do I do with Kevin Herter and Aaron Fox and that stuff, but we'll deal with that as it comes. And grade front office, coaching, All of them.
All right. Pleased to enjoy our dear friend Brendan Nunez. The rest of you have a wonderful weekend. For Dr. Luke Wood, for Christopher Laud, for Jason Ross, I'm Carmichael Dave. We'll see you on, I'll see you on Tuesday. They'll see you on Monday. Everybody be safe. Like the beam. Bye-bye now.
The Sacktown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest